I'm sorry for the way, I'm sorry for the way. Take your time to cut a coffee place so I can compensate. Tell them the garden is full of snakes, so I have to escape. Let homie gon' be straight, let homie gon' be straight. It's that silence. And I'm sorry for the way. I told myself to save yourself, cause I can't save it. I tell my thoughts to kill somebody. It's sorry for the way. Drake, Drake. Tell my thoughts to kill somebody. Then they come through and sit it on my coffee table. This shit together, nigga, meet us. Who was there when niggas left us, nigga, meet us. Cash money is a. If them niggas coming for me, I'm going out like Tony. I ain't want no problems, I just want my money. I ain't got no conversation like my luggage. Oh, I was counting that I'm on 100. Junior boy like dumpling. Taking all the fun, taking all the stacking. Get over, bitch, I'm taking for the stick. Sipping lean, glass, nigga. All I got is young money, no more cash, nigga. It's that sorry for the way. No more breath, just keep my hands in the head for me. No money, shop, I'm still eating. I just chew my tooth. All I tell them niggas, no love lost. I told myself to save yourself, cause I can't save it. I sent my ghost to kill somebody. I need help. Found a needle in the haystack, put the thread through. I tried to stitch the wound. Yeah, it's compensation and all the conversation. But I must got blurry vision, the niggas got two faces. No, this game is a vampire. But you gotta protect your niggas. Raisins love. But fuck that nigga, gotta join out. Fuck that nigga, I'm about out. The day you met me is the day I'm frozen. On the day I left is when I thought out. I'm still in the building. I just had to knock a couple walls down to kick out. Life is a movie, but sometimes I can't get too tired. And I walk out. Taking over, Lord, I'm taking over. Sorry for the wait until the wait is over. Sipping lean out of flash, nigga. And all I do is smoke fucking trash, nigga. And it's the silence for the wait. Party haters know you're born up. It's kidding. I said my come through and sit it on the coffee table. Don't appreciate you. You've been down since day one, ain't been nothing on day two. The facts follow what's to say too. But I graduated from school. Now I'm taking over, now I'm taking over. Only that I'm gone, that's who I'm praying. Might have to go back to slanging y'all until the wait is over. It's soda, and I got baking soda. I got baking soda. Welcome to the live stream. We are cooking, man. I'm cooking so hard, man. My eyes are starting to catch flame. Let me take these glasses off. My eyes are starting to catch flame. Put these glasses up, man. They put these Ray-Bans up. Actually, put them in an eyeglass. Actually, I can't even do it. They're so lit. I can't even do it. They're too lit. Let me put this thing up. Put these away. We're cooking. We're cooking. I'm gonna get a shout outs. Let me start with the shout outs, but first, let me get to this house. I gotta drop off this package to first, so we're not wasting time here. Let me get to the house, and then we're gonna pull up the good old YouTube, and we're going to. Okay, sounds good. All right, guys, we are about to absolutely flamethrow some ish today. We're gonna flamethrow some ish today. We're gonna cook like nobody's business today. We're gonna cook like nobody's business today.
We're cooking today. Shout out to Brandon in the building, KD in the building, Good Riddance in the building, Nathaniel in the building. I'm going to shout out the haters, all the haters and the good people in the building. What is life? Shout out to you in the building. Poke, whatever your stupid name is. Uh, no offense to you, bro, but shout out to you, Poke Dot Microchip. Shout out to the W Lurkin, I guess. Boy Wonder. Shout out to Regis in the building. Got the long sleeve Nike running shirt. Shout out to you. Shout out to Ski in the building. Guys, we're gonna cook like nobody's business today because we got some freaking ugly Dunkin' dumplings in the freaking chat that just don't have a clue about life. Let me start off by debunking the most disgusting, despicable, arrogant thing that was said about me. That was some nasty, absolutely disgusting, terrible work. I was accused of shout out to Water Sky, shout out to Downtime Rules, Big Black. So, guys, let me say this, okay? One of the most despicable things that you can do to somebody is accusing somebody that's about to help an individual become a man. What a man, let me get to what a man. A man is somebody that provides for himself, his family, does good will, good deed, gives charity, shows love unconditionally, protects, fights for what he needs and wants. That's summarizes for the most part a man, and also creates families. Okay, I think I said that. That's what a man is. So what's the nastiest and this most disgusting despicable war work is how you guys are so quick to try to make me out to be a guy trying to exploit kids, that you actually thought that I said I was going to bring my nephew, the younger one, 14 years old, to do work. You freaking morons in the chat that spammed up my chat with that crap. I should have just deleted it all. You idiot. You understand I'm bringing my nephew who's 20 years old to town? You realize my nephew's 20 years old who has not worked in a year because he's just been down bad, but he's got heart, and I know I can bring the best out of him, which is what I just told him. I just talked to him 5 minutes ago and told him I'm going to bring the best out of you as a man, the best out of you. Yes, like literally everybody's an adult other than my younger nephew who I'm bringing for basketball and to help him not ruin his future that he can have with basketball. But what's crazy is that these idiots that spammed up my comment section with that literally I'm about to exploit my 14-year-old nephew for work. You idiot. Every one of y'all are idiots that said that crap. That's why I don't rock with none of y'all. Only the ones that are like normal human beings. I said my nephew. Why wouldn't I have my nephew understand that the moment that he touches foot in this city, I'm going to give him a day or two to get comfortable, go to the beach, just live a little bit of life, knowing that he's about to be winning. And then guess what happens? His ass is going to be working every goddamn day like I do. Every goddamn day. It ain't no days off when you broke. It ain't no days off. Like, oh, I just want to hang out and just, vibe. Fuck that. You don't vibe. You do that when you die. You work every goddamn day until you freaking got paper enough to take care of yourself. That's what he's coming down here to learn how to do and do. So fuck what y'all said, child labor laws and blah, blah, this, blah, blah. You guys just always got to find a way to make me out to be just bad. I'm not making no money off my nephew. I'm costing myself money because we're splitting the bad 50-50 that I make from this job. Then outside of that, because I'm making a sacrifice, I'm going to have to go back to doing Lyft for the extra money to make up for the half that I'm giving him. I'm going to get done faster with the job, of course. Then guess what? Once my son in a month, my nephew in a month stacks up paper, he's going to get his own car. And then guess what? He's going to do his own route. And then that second month, he's going to work up another $5,000 on his own. And then guess what? He's going to get his own apartment. The only thing I'm sacrificing, shout out to Washed Up Hoops and Tommy. My nephew is 20 years old. My younger nephew is 14. I never said anything about him working. He's going to work the basketball courts and he's going to gangbang those books. That's what I mean by low IQ people that I don't deal with and rock with no more. You guys are idiots. Spamming up my comment section with that nonsense. Like I really need my nephew to work for me to be good. Like I'm really relying on my nephew's time and effort for me to be paid. No. I told y'all from the start of me and this whole situation is that my sister, I found out that they're living in a freaking weekly. And I said, I got to help fix it. So I said, what can I do to fix it? What can I do to fix it? I said, yo, you come here and you got to work and bust yourself, your butt. My mom doesn't want to do that. She'd rather just do her. So she's going to stay in Youngstown to go figure it out. But everybody else are going to do it. And, you know, everybody else wants to try. Everybody wants to try. How you guys doing? Drop off package. Yeah, I'm live over here live streaming. Sorry for the camera here. There you go. But yeah, I said that they're gonna come and they're gonna grind. If they grind, they win. Yeah, thank you. Have a good day. You too. I said if they grind, they work, and they make money and they make their life better. That's what I offered. My nephew jumped on it right away. He said, I just want to come. He didn't even have to think twice. He said later that day, which was last week, he said, hey, can I come right away? He said, hey, can I come right away? Now, I'm not gonna lie. If I was a guy just trying to get chicks and trying to like get, you know, laid and all that, yeah, I don't want my nephew to come. You know why? Because I want to have my place to myself and I want to be able to like chill out. I don't want to have to, you know, have somebody rely on me and put me in a situation that I don't have my space. But at this point, the most unselfish thing I could do, if I have the means to teach this young man how to be a man, which a lot of you guys want to get into that, manifesting, how you guys manifest poverty and struggle instead of manifesting freaking winning. Winning is family, being better. I told y'all from day one in this goddamn YouTube channel that without my family winning, I don't win. I don't care about all the little stuff y'all talk about. I don't care about that. I just want to see my family win. And guess what? They're not winning right now. But guess what? I can achieve them to win. Achieve that goal for them to finally win. And that's my goal. So when my nephew took that step to say, I'll come, knowing that his ass is waking up at 8 in the morning, minimum, 8 in the morning, coming with me to work and grind, and he said he's okay and ready to go, then that's when I said, you know what? The only thing I'm giving up is some space. My bills are going to be the same. Nothing goes up. None of my rent goes up. Nothing goes up. Shout out to Brandon. I don't have, like, think about this. You said, does the 20-year-old cook, clean, and do laundry? He better do it or he doesn't eat. If he doesn't do it, he smells like shit. And guess what? He's out of my house because I'm not doing that nasty stuff. He knows that. I already told him about that. Like, I don't do the nasty stuff. He's going to cook and clean and wash his ass every day. Yes, he's 20 years old. He can do that. And clean what? I don't use nothing. My house is always clean. My house is always clean. Well, what do I got to clean? You act like I need a maid or a butler or something, dude. Bottom line is this. All he's taking up is space in my living room. I don't care. As long as I can help my family out, that's all that matters. I'm excited about this. Because guess what? I think he has good potential and have a good future. And maybe I could be that guiding light to help him believe in himself enough to maintain and be great. Who knows where he's going to go? No. Okay, here's another comment I just saw. Are you going to claim somebody as a dependent? Why the hell would I claim somebody as a dependent? If my nephew lives with me, the 14-year-old, then his mom going to claim him. It's her kid. I don't need to do that, guys. What I'm talking about, $1,500 that I get. I get $1,500 to claim as a... Guys, do you think I care about $1,500? Come on, bro. I get it. See, this is the reason why I'm having disputes with multiple people in my life right now. Because you guys think that I'm just a person that does not deserve any type of respect. I'm a nincompoop. I don't make money. Guys, newsflash, I've always made paper. The issue is, it's always people trying to tell me. It's people trying to tell me how to make paper or trying to give me paper. And I got to bow down to them giving me paper, and I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Brandon, we know what time it is. My apartment complex already knows the deal because guess what? By the way, shout out to you. I know you're trying to help, but dude, don't you think I would know that my lease, I gotta let them know I have a guest moving in. And in reality, he's not moving in, he's a guest. He's gonna be there for 2 weeks. And he's gonna get his own place after that. But here's the point. You know how disgusting. This is why I don't rock with half of y'all. For y'all to literally say that I'm trying to slave my kid, my nephew for work. You understand? My nephew is 20 years old. And then my other nephew is 14. I literally said that the older nephew would come and start working with me right away. And I split the money with him. Instead of, me taking the whole bag, we'll split it. I said that he can use the car once he gets his license to do it on his own. Then that way I can just do Lyft. Whatever. One of us to do the packing job. We'll like alternate. Ultimately, he's gonna get his own car. But it's all about helping family. And if I help my family out, that's all that I care about. I don't care about benefiting. See, you guys are looking at it. You guys are looking at it like I'm trying to, like, if I'm not benefiting from this arrangement financially, it's stupid for me to do. No, it's family. And I put my money where my mouth is, however the phrase goes. Money where my mouth is, however it goes. I do that. The moment that I saw that he literally shot at Careless in the building, as soon as he said that he wants to come and he wants to change. Because I had to look at myself. I didn't have nobody offer this to me. Like I didn't have nobody say, hey, come move across the country or go move to the South and I'll give you a free place to live for a month or two. So I got you a job lined up. So you got some paper. So that way you can like get your own stuff. I never had that. I never had nobody say I got a car and a motorcycle you can use. I never had that. But you guys just had to make it negative. That's the reason why I came over here cooking and on fire right now, because you guys need to stop. Grow up. This is why I block half of y'all. Guys, I gotta talk to y'all like a lot of y'all like you're 2 years old. I'm going to say he's there for 2 weeks because he's not going to be there longer than a month. So that way he doesn't have to go on my lease. Because I can have him there for 2 weeks and then I can get him a freaking weekly for a week. Then he can come back for 2 more weeks instead of me paying freaking to have him on the lease for no reason. He's not going to be there but freaking a month. He might only be there for 2 weeks and get his own weekly. And then he's going to get an apartment, but we're going to see how it goes. It doesn't matter though what the arrangement is because guess what? He's coming. That's all that matters. He's coming and we're going to do the best for us. If I need to put him on a lease, I can put him on a lease. No big deal. Now, here's the situation. I think it's time to put Keyless. She's the only woman that's like normal in here. I think it's time to put Keyless add as a mod so we can finally have a female mod again. Let me add her as a mod. Hold on, Keyless. Let me add you as a mod. Shout out to you. All right, good. All right, back to the point. Now, let me give y'all, because this channel is about me and my life and what I got going on. I guess you guys care, which I don't understand. I'm still shocked enough people care enough about my life that y'all are this invested. But let's go into what's happening right now. So let me break this down and start from scratch, okay? So about a year ago, or about 6 months ago, my nephew, I found out that he was like, kind of like, messing up with school. So I said, look, it's to the point that he's 6'5", 240 pounds, actually 260 at the time. He lost like 20 pounds. He's athletics. He's fast. He has a good future with sports. The books, he just need to gang bang those books. But like, I know it's hard because most women, it's hard to raise a black boy. So if he doesn't have a man involved, then I said, I need to maybe come pick up the slack. And I said, maybe you should consider letting him move here. This was like 6 months ago. But then talks stopped because I wasn't at the point of my life that I wanted to take on a grown ass boy. So I selfishly just let it go away. I just said whatever. But then I had to come to Youngstown for the building. And this is the 14-year-old I'm talking about. I had to come to Youngstown for the building because the building, I had to come and and you know, do the building stuff. And I picked him up and he was like so respectful, kind, gentle giant. And he was good at basketball. This is the 14-year-old. Good at basketball, passionate about it, wanting to get trained. So I said, I'm like, bro, I feel bad that I can't come more often to train you. But I said, maybe you can come for the summer. But then I sat here. I was here just chilling, minding my business in Wilmington. And I got to thinking, I'm like, why wouldn't I offer, why would I offer my nephew if I can provide him with, a resource, being his uncle, to just come here, make it work, and me not be selfish for once in my life. I'm talking about like at another level of selfishness because I've given money to my family. So I'm talking about not selfish in regards to like, um, you know, opening my door to a young man who can be great, but he just needs that male role model to be in front of. And before the chat goes crazy, me saying role model, I'm sorry guys. Yes, I'm a role model. You know why? Because outside of YouTube, all my life I've been winning. You guys just saw the worst of me because I'm allowing multiple people to just pull my arms and tell me what to do. And that's why I'm acting erratic because I don't let nobody suggest anything that I need to do in my life no more. Because guess what? Me making my own choices in life has gotten me to a point of being comfortable as I am now, winning like nobody's business. Another $380 yesterday, just winning. Now, this choice for my nephew is my choice. This ain't a choice nobody's forcing on me. This ain't a choice nobody said is a good idea. I think it's a good idea. This is one of the first choices that I thought about making in years because I'm always doing what other people tell me to do. And this is absolutely the best choice that anybody that's in my position could make for somebody to assist somebody. So I said, why not? Let's go. Let's do it. I chose to do this. So what happened was, that was my nephew. So I asked him if he wants to just come to visit. He might just visit and say, I don't want to be here. Like, I'd rather be in Youngstown. And that's okay. He's only coming for 2 weeks. And if he says he only wants to be here for the 2 weeks and he wants to go back when he gets here, then that's his choice. Good luck with Youngstown. But here's the point. If he comes here, he's going to have structure. The same structure I gave my daughter when I moved her into my house and made it work for her and changed her life for the better. The same guidance I gave my son. All of that. So what happened was I decided to do this and offer this. If he takes it, that's on him. But that's the offer I threw out there. So now in the midst of me doing that, I find out the situation with my nephew, and I threw out my nephew to this offer and said, hey, I offered younger cousin the chance to come and see if he wants to be here because I know that I can have a good structure put structure around his life that would allow him to flourish. But I said you can come too because I said I got a whole living room. I don't care. I'm paying the bills anyway. Living room wide open. You can stay, but you got to be productive. I'm not using the living room anywhere. I'll go get a couch. So my nephew, he jumped on it and said, okay, I'm coming. I'm down. And he's going to be productive. He's going to win. And y'all going to see him on my YouTube channel winning. That's what happened. There's nothing to do with no money. Nothing to do with me trying to benefit from them. Nothing to do with me trying to get them to make me look better in life. I don't care about none of that stuff. It's about me helping family. Family first. Now, of course, I can't do my sister, my mom, and all them because I don't trust they're going to do the right thing. They would have to get a weekly. and then get their own apartment because I'm not being responsible for them because of their issues that I don't know is going to be corrected or not. But that's on them to fix. But with my nephews, I said that I'm down to do that. And that's where I'm at. Now, in regards to what y'all got to say, I don't care because guess what? This is the problem with black folks, which is why we lose, which is why we have the most guys committing crime, most single mothers and all that because we don't help family. We don't guide family. Why wouldn't I, if I have the chance to guide my nephew to being a hardworking man, why wouldn't I do that? Why wouldn't I, before my nephew throws away his blessing that he's 6'5", 240 pounds at 14 years old, why wouldn't I give him a chance to really flourish by getting and being able to play on an AAU team? You know, my son actually asked me yesterday to create an AAU team. My son literally wants me to he's now back to what we were supposed to do 2 years ago, which is create an AAU team so I can coach and actually have the team playing at a high level and practicing more than 1 day a week, 2 days a week. Shout out to the team he was on now, but it's levels to it. It's levels to it. And now my son finally wants to have an AAU team. So now I'm working out the kinks on that. To have our own. He already sent me a uniform that he wants to have. And we already have 5 kids that will be on the team and I can afford to be on the team. And thank God about this SUV because guess what? I can get them to all the AAU tournaments. I can drive. Parents pitching for hotel rooms. We're good. We can actually go to bigger and better tournaments instead of being at like 3 big ones or 3 decent ones and the rest being like small little ones in Wilmington. It moves. It's a method to the madness. This is why I told you I got the SUV in the first place for this reason exactly. So here's the situation. You know, all the black dads that are just winning in life, they have looked out for family. Family came first. And I saw that comment about LeVar Ball. I didn't even think about that. But you do realize that's actually something that would be actually great. Imagine me having, shout out to Jeff in the building. Imagine me having my 6'5" nephew, 240 pounds, 14 years old, turning 15 in July, and my son turning 15 in August, 6'6", 180 pounds, on the same under 15 team, on the same high school team. You understand how dominant they would be? JV, they're not losing the game. JV team is not losing the game. Too big. Like, just too big. Just pass my nephew the ball in the paint. Easy layup. My son just shoots jumpers and runs point. He actually can get the ball all the way down the court with one pass instead of like the team needing to make 3 passes to get the ball to the freaking foul line. My son can just throw the ball all the way down the court. You know what's crazy? I just saw a comment. You have no clout. You're trying to coach your son's AAU team. You know what's crazy? Is that every single team that I've coached have had the weakest guys, and I've made them the best team in whatever league. Whenever I'm at the YMCA or wherever, and I pick the most mediocre guys so I can have fun, we win games. You understand how easy it is for me to make any kids good? And these kids already got a solid foundation. So guess what? By me having my own team and me being able to put trainers instead of, look, most of these coaches that coach AAU teams are all what that guy in the chat is talking about. Egomaniacs. They're doing it just to be cool. They're living through the kids. No, I'm doing it to actually make the kids better. A lot of the stuff these kids are doing is not making them better. Not using their arms. If the arms are not out at all times, then you're on a bench until you learn how to put your arms out. If you're not sliding your feet, you're on a bench until you learn how to slide your goddamn feet. If you're freaking shooting 3 and you got somebody wide open for a layup, you're on that bench. This is the problem. That's going to be solved now. I'm coaching. Because I know what to do. You can't have 1 or 2 practices a week for an AAU team and be great. No, you need to have at least 4 to 5 practices. Once again, family. I'm by myself here in Wilmington. Now I'm about to have my nephew here who is going to be, you know what's crazy? I've been able to go from being broke to having my own place and car within a month multiple times in my life. My nephew can do the same goddamn thing with me guiding him. Except this time, he ain't gonna never go broke. I'm gonna teach him to be financially responsible. I'm gonna teach him what an asset and a liability is, such as having a baby, liability, such as having a girlfriend, a liability, buying a freaking beater on payments, liability, buying a car that has freaking like have as in good condition mechanically, but looks like crap on the outside, asset. As long as it's paid off. We're cooking. We're cooking. That's why we're cussing. We're cooking. Y'all, it's too many nimwits, but I appreciate all the love and support that I'm getting in the chat. Hit that like button if y'all don't mind. Put that on in the chat if you don't mind. So if you're 20 years old and you're not married, a baby is absolutely a liability. Why are you having a baby at 20 years old with no savings, no income, no nothing coming in? Why would you be having a baby? This is what I mean by teaching. See, most black kids don't understand that because they're not being taught right. Why would anybody call a baby at 20 years old without being married an asset? All you're doing is spending money and you might not even end up with the chick. You know, I'm gonna say this one last thing about the basketball, and then we're gonna move past this because you know these haters just always gotta find a way to make me look crazy. Okay. First off, offense is simple. One dribble from the foul line. I mean, one dribble from the halfway mark from the 3-point line to the freaking half court line. That's something super fundamental that kids don't know how to do. Secondly, a jump shot, shooting it up at your peak, sliding your feet on defense with arms out, making the defender go whichever way you want him to go, boxing out, pick and roll. You understand this is all basic common sense stuff that I'm not taught now, but it's gonna be taught by me because you're not. It ain't no to that fun like street ball crap. It's gonna be a pick and a roll, and it's gonna be give the ball to the bigs and play inside out. Shout out to Iowa 7. Give the ball to the big, and then you set a screen off screen, and the shooter is gonna roll into his jumper because the big is gonna either go for a layup or he's gonna kick it out for that wide open 3. That's simple. You don't have to teach nothing special. Now, of course, for offense, I would have an assistant coach that would be more in that more higher IQ when it comes to offense because I'm not an offensive guy. I'm just a defensive guy. So I'm not gonna act like I'm offense. That's the thing with me. I'm not arrogant. Once again, it ain't about me, it's about the team. So I'm going to have the best people that's willing to participate to make sure that we're in the best position to win. You know, it's crazy. I'm 40 years old and I get picked up to play with young guys. You know why? Because I could teach hard. That's one thing I could teach is hard. You realize here's the crazy thing about what this dude just said. This dude just said, they don't have a chance to play. They're going to ruin hoops chances playing at next level, introducing yourself in his career. Okay. Just wait and see, man. Just wait and see. Just wait and see. Because guess what? He's been at his peak with me at the helm. And if it takes me coaching for him to get back to where he needs to be, that's what we do. Except this time he actually asked me. He actually want me to do this. Which is what I told y'all before I was waiting for. I'm not going to force myself I'm not going to force him to sign up for my training, my coaching, my anything. He asked me to do it. Now we're going to do it. Now, back to the point at hand. That's where we're at. So I think to summarize all this before I put the link up and let people come up if they want to come up, not any of y'all nincompoop, not none of you lames, but normal people. My nephew, 14, is the one I'm giving the opportunity if he wants to come up to go to school here, but I'm gonna let him come for 2 months, for 2 weeks. And if he decides he wants to stay longer, and if he decides he wants to stay, then I'll make it work. Because if I have to go and do a side job to make it work, I'll make it work. Secondly, my older nephew, who's 20 years old, he's coming to work right away. It ain't no playing games. It ain't no fun effing around. No, he's going to work and he's going to provide for himself. That's the only way I'm going to have it. It ain't no anything other than that. That's where I'm at with my nephew. See, this is the problem with the black community. You guys are always trying to be separate from everything, everybody, which is why your kids end up failing, which is why your family end up down bad. You guys are so busy and so thirsty trying to dictate and make something happen. If I want to do something in my life, I'll do something in my life. It ain't none of you guys' responsibility, and it ain't none of you guys' decision. I didn't ask none of y'all. I didn't ask any of y'all for any of y'all advice. We know what y'all would do. Maybe. You idiots that don't put addresses on their freaking trailers are freaking done. Dumb. Dumb. Yep, the hood culture is a liability, Ski. I get that. You're absolutely right. 920. Freaking idiots. All right, let me put the link up. Anybody wants to come up, feel free. None of the people that are banned, don't even bother, because if you do find a way to up on here, I'm blocking you, booting you, and I'm gonna make sure to block your burner accounts. I don't want to deal with none of y'all. I want none of y'all around. Yeah, Ski, come on up. But now all the Nimrits wits can't come up. Dweebs are not allowed. Let me swap one of my AirPods here. It's like I just don't get it. I don't get ninjas. I don't get ninja. I'm never gonna get ninjas. Y'all be the first ones talking about how somebody needs to like give back to the community. You need to help and blah blah blah. Don't do this. And I'm over here trying for no reason but to help uplift two black men or a young black male and a black man, and I'm getting hate for that. I'm getting hate for that. I'm literally getting hate for trying to save two black men, giving them something great.
Dennis Show.
Oh my bad, your audio was cutting in and out. What's going on, you man?
What's up, man? Like, I want to say what you're doing takes a lot. And when you talk to your nephew, you got to let him know that this is not common in the black community. So he needs to kind of like take this as like, this is like a, like this is your chance to blow.
And what's crazy, Ski, about that too? Just think about this, man. People say the whole. And by the way, is my audio clear, or if it's bloggy, I gotta take one AirPod out.
It's clear.
Okay, appreciate that. So this is the problem, okay, with blacks. You have a guy that literally preaches about, putting his money where his mouth is. And literally, like, I got the chance to do that, and it ain't for it ain't for like views, it ain't for no money. It's nothing but to help family. I don't want to do this. I'd rather have my space. I'd rather have my living room. I told my nephew today, I'm like, dude, I'd rather have my living room. I don't want nobody there because I don't want to have to be responsible. But I said, dude, I can sacrifice for a couple months because I know it's only going to take you a couple months to get a car and have your own place because it ain't that hard, dude. I'm like, you wake up every morning, you come to work with me, you're going to make at least $2,500 a month. And then eventually with the $2,500 after the first month, you get your car and then you do the job yourself and you got your own route. And then now you're making $4,000 by yourself. And I'm like, some days I might not work. You can just work and you can have a route, yourself, because I don't need to work every day. But I'm not going to have us both doing it. But long story short, I'm like, dude, you're going to have a car the first month. You're going to have your license within the first week because I'm going to take you to go take the test as soon as you get to town. And then you're going to go take the driving test, probably to schedule in 3 days. I'll take you to do the cones and practice that, but you're going to pass the test. So I said, dude, you're going to have your license within a week. And then we got to just work on you getting a car. And I said, dude, you can get a car. You don't have no credit. You don't have bad credit. Your credit's good. You don't have credit at all. You having proof of income with the pay stubs after a month, you'll be able to go get your car. And then after that, you're feeling good about yourself. You got a little car payment, a little $350 car payment. Don't get nothing crazy. Just, either get a newer car, low payments, or get you a beater that you can go to a bank and get, little if your credit's good enough at that point. But either way, I'm like, dude, you got your car. Then I'm like, next be the apartment. An apartment is easy work. There's a bunch of places that approve you as long as you got proof of income. You might have to pay 2 deposits, but you can afford that. If you got to pay 2 deposits and they give you the first month of rent for free, then you're good. You're in there like swimwear. Go and get your apartment now. We're neighbors. Like, we're kicking it. Like, we're rocking out. 4 line. You're not coming on here, man. I'm not having dweebs on here. I don't need you. You're not adding substance to my channel. You're adding negativity. So you're not coming on. So don't just stop trying to come on. Let me boot him right
Okay.
now. Yeah, I'm not having him on because, this is the thing. People like him are the ones that will cause black folks to be down bad because I'm trying to provide opportunity for my nephew to have a chance to like win because how else is he gonna win in Youngstown right now? He doesn't have a car. My sister don't got his mom don't got no car. He has no way to
Youngstown
get
is
to
just
work.
not the place for winning, too. It's just not
Yeah,
prime.
not. Yeah, just not. So why wouldn't I? The only thing I'm sacrificing is my space, which I don't want to, but I'm going to do it. Then my nephew, let's keep it a buck ski. Like,
Hmm.
yes, people can say LeVar Ball, whatever. But you know how retarded we are as black people that we allow white people for the most part and dusty blacks because they don't have this opportunity. Why wouldn't I be LeVar Ball? If I have 2 kids, my son and a nephew who are 6'6", one is 240, the other one is 180 pounds, which is literally
We're cooking today.
which
Shout out
is
to Brandon in the
literally
building.
literally a rare thing to have in our community. But I have that in front of me. What wouldn't me making them, if I'm able to make them millionaires, wouldn't that be a success? Like, how is me putting them in a position to be millionaires or making 100,000+ by going to college and getting a degree and having a bag because they're going to start paying college? They got to pay college prayer start next year. Why wouldn't I put them in the position to get paid? Wouldn't that make me a winner because I put them in position? I'm not taking their money. It's their money. But if I put them in position to get paid, wouldn't that be a win? Like, how could that be me exploiting or using or this and that? Wouldn't I want to put them in position to win or not, Ski? And don't be a yes man. Let's just go deep into this. Don't do what they try to tell you. I want you to be objective.
Okay. And then the question is, would that be successful?
For me, like what they're trying to say is that me talking, them going to college and going to the NBA, I'm telling them that that's winning for me to think like LeVar Ball and these dads who and uncles who helped their kids get to where they're at now in regards to pro sports. Why wouldn't I, if I have a kid that's 6'5" already? Shout out to Nat. What's going on, man? Nat, please make sure when you exit, you gotta let me
Yeah.
know, okay, if you don't mind. But what's going
Yeah,
on, man?
No
Nav.
problem, man.
Yeah, Nav.
What
So
up,
We
Ski?
can't keep doing what you're doing, man. Just
no,
let
no,
us
no.
know.
It's just Nat because I know he goes away sometimes,
Well,
and
my
I can't
bad.
hear people. No, you good. Just I know you might
Yeah,
forget.
just just
Just
don't let
try
it
your
happen
best.
again because he tells you every time you
No, no,
keep
no, no,
doing
no,
you.
no. I ain't gonna. No, I ain't gonna. No, I
Well,
ain't gonna. I ain't saying all that.
wow.
Ski, come on, Ski. I ain't saying all that. But
Okay.
just no, Nab's cool. I just tell him in advance, like I'm gonna tell everybody else that come on here. But look, what I'm saying is,
Mm.
my nephew is a beast. He's for sure with his size and going to play football at a major college as long as he keeps his grades up and continues working out and conditioning. But the point of the matter is he needs to get out of Youngstown because Youngstown just consolidated all of the schools that the black kids went to into one school.
One
So
big
now,
black.
yeah, pretty much. So now the kids are not
Mm.
going to get the same opportunity as they were getting before because now they have to deal with all the kids being,
Oh, hey, Dennis. Look
yeah.
at J Media's comment right there.
What did he say? Oh, Lavar is high, living in a mansion built by the management of three children. That's the
Yeah.
point.
There's
But I'm not
nothing
saying.
wrong with that, right?
But I'm not gonna say. I'm not saying I'm thinking about that. What I'm saying is, if
Oh.
I'm thinking I'm gonna get them to where they're gonna be successful, and out of respect for me, yes, of course, they would want me
Mm.
involved because I got them that far. But I'm not saying that's the reason why I'm doing it. What I'm doing is, I know my son. I want him to have a scholarship. That was his dream. When we went to that UNCW game, he said that he wanted to make it to college level. So I said, I'm gonna get you there. I'm gonna help you get there as best as I can.
There you go.
That's what I'm doing. My nephew, he just is big and I know he can get there. So I'm going to do what I got to do to get him motivated enough to get there. Now, all I'm saying is this. Why would I not think like a winner when you have white parents,
Mm-hmm.
JJ Redick and all these white parents, they all they all got their kids thinking they're gonna go pro, even though their kids are like 6'2", like Luke Kennard or whatever, or Connect, whatever his name is, and the Lakers white guys that are like dominating. They all parents all believed in them and said they can make it happen. But it's like with black kids, oh, you better hit the books. Even though we know most black kids don't care about school, they're gonna end up washed.
Oh,
Majority of
wow.
black kids. No, we gotta keep it a buck. Majority of black kids that favor basketball the most don't care about school. No matter how much you try to beat them upside their head with a book, I was the same way. I don't care about education. I just don't care. Me, I'm talking about
Hmm.
me as a man. I don't care, which is why I got cut 2 times from my team because I had bad grades. Let's keep
Hmm.
it a buck. Most niggas don't care about school. They just do it to play sports
Now,
because
man,
they
please
want to make it
respond.
Mm.
somewhere. So if
Mm.
that's the case, why wouldn't you, like the white guys? The difference is white guys are gonna know that they're gonna have to pay their kids way through school because they figure their kid is talented and gifted enough to make it to college. But us, we're gonna sit here and say, "Oh my God, you're fucking retarded and dumb for getting these bad." Yes, you shouldn't be getting bad grades. We know that. But if you're gonna freaking not care about school, which I can't force you to care about school, just like I can't force you to be about the Bible, then let's make these kids get them in a different position to win, but one
Hmm.
way or another. But go ahead, Ski. Give me the cooking. Go to cooking.
Well, this is what I would say, right? Um, Now, what you just said, most black people don't care about school. I would say this, right? It's gonna be a little bit contradictory. I've been trying to accept new viewpoints, and I would say
Mm.
this: it is excellent that you said that, only because it's important to tell the truth. And the worst thing you can ever do is continue a lie, which is if you don't care about school, like, hey, at least you said something, so you're not faking the funk. So I would applaud you on that. Do I think school is important? I think school is very important, but it's just like, shoot, if they don't care about school, they don't care about school. If they care about sports, they care about sports. It is more so when you know the truth, at least you know what you need to do to go where you want to be. So, which means, hey, if you don't care about school, at least get the C's and the B's and make sure you do extremely well in the court. Now that's what I would say about you saying like, you don't care about school or most blacks don't care about school. The ones that acknowledge
Well,
that are the great ones. The ones that don't acknowledge it and they continue that lie of like this, that, the third, and like they say dumb things like, oh, I want to take AP courses, knowing that like they're not in the school. I don't applaud them. I applaud the ones that be like, hey, I'm not in the school because I mean, like, hey, can you get mad when people tell the truth? I can't.
Yeah,
mm,
let's think about it, Ski. Nap. Like, let's
yes.
keep it a buck. Most kids in our community got bigger problems that we don't have. See, this is the thing. We don't push the kids who actually care about school, the black kids. They're not being pushed and emphasized and awarded in the community, which causes the kids that don't do good to like flourish by not doing good. Because you got that one kid that mom stole, of course, black mom. She stole. She actually charged the deposit to the helicopter with the city's. She's like the city park director. She charged with the city parks card the deposit, which was like $200, and there was like an $800 remaining balance, and she literally bounced, like she like turned the card off, and pretty much she got caught because she didn't get a permit to fly this helicopter for prom, a prom shoot for her daughter on the city park, and you had kids, everybody running away, thinking that the helicopter like was falling, falling out the sky, and she got in trouble, and it came out that she used misappropriated funds. But the whole point of the matter is that kid didn't deserve that. That kid is
Mm.
not a valedictorian. That kid is a delinquent. Okay, she got a tattoo sleeve. More than likely baby soon. It's just the stuff that
Oh,
the kid
wow.
is. No, I mean it's been called out. The kid isn't even a good kid. The kid is literally bad grades, and the mom is of course a hood mom, and she rewarded her with a helicopter and the loss of her job by getting caught stealing funds for a helicopter. Like, why are we rewarding bad kids with Lamborghinis and you know $5,000 spending budgets for prom instead of rewarding kids who graduate college with the graduation party and setting them up with an apartment to be comfortable while they move on the next path of their life? We don't think that way in our community, which is what my nephew right now, if it was up to y'all in the chat, I would have told my nephew to fuck his couch and just figure it out. Instead of this guy graduated high school, he actually had good grades. He was an AP class. He's actually a like I wouldn't say genius, but he's like a smart kid. He just doesn't have the guidance. So that's what I told him. You're gonna come here. We're gonna enroll you into a trade school or into community college for something that's gonna allow you to be something in life. You don't want to end up like
What's
me.
his age again?
He's not. He's 20.
Now,
He
does
doesn't
he
have the
have a
Okay, is he
guidance.
father?
gonna,
Does
will
he have
he,
a father in
will,
the home?
No, that's the point. Is I'm not looking for
okay,
the dad
Dennis,
business out. Go ahead.
Well,
Go ahead.
will he be enrolling into school immediately? Do you have, how
No,
long
no,
after he
no,
gets
no,
there?
no, no. It's baby steps. It's baby steps. I'm not. See, this is the problem with me. Everybody just tries to smack me with everything. Hey, you need to do this. You need to do that. You need to do this instead of just babying, walking me through it. Like, instead of saying you need to go CDL, why not just sit there and walk him through the process? See, guys,
Just be
I
cautious.
I
He
have it.
he has to
Cautious of
find himself.
cautious of what?
You
No,
can't
you know
force
why
things
I
on him.
say, then you know why I say be cautious? Because if he's working 12 hours a day or 16 hours a day, there's no time for school. So you may want to just get him a part-time job and then the rest of the day school.
No, 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 no,
Nab,
no,
Nab,
no,
he
no,
ain't asked
no.
you for no advice like that,
No,
bro. Like
no, 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 no. It
Oh,
ain't. No, no, nah, it ain't that. No, it ain't that. What is no, not. I think y'all got it mixed up. When I said baby steps, this is how it works now. If he moves here, he's going to start working right away. He starts school if he goes back to school because he was at Youngstown State, but it's expensive. And I told his mom not to let him go there because I knew it wasn't going to work because it's just too expensive, it's too convoluted. So he left after a couple
mm,
semesters. He actually got a scholarship to go to school. He was in the dorms and everything, but it was just too much. So what I said, just come here, everything, just stack up your money, and then guess what, in September when school starts, sign up in July, and then go to community college, go to right to Cape Fear Community College for something. You're a smart kid. But here's the thing, it ain't, they pay you to go to school, like at Cape Fear's community college, to where with the grants you end up with $1,000 back, which goes towards your books and everything you need. And if you got your rent because you stack up during the summer. You can still work part-time. You don't have to be on campus. You can work part-time. You can do, gig work, anything. You can do a side
Yes,
job while
but
you're in school.
Dennis,
Yeah.
again, if he starts full time work, he's not gonna care about school. So that's just my suggestion. Don't get him wrapped up into hard long days of work, whatever.
You got to be practical about it. What is full-time work?
Yeah, what's
8 hours a
full-time
day.
work? No,
Eight.
40 hours a week, 40 hours a
No,
week.
yeah, 40 hours a week, but a nap, you're working, you got to work smart, not harder. See, this is the problem. See, we as gig workers, we brainwashed ourselves into working dumb. Like, for example, right now, I'm doing this job, and now that I came on stream, I'm going to be slow with this job because, it just makes me slow down. I was doing like 26 stops, 27 stops per hour. But here's the point. This job, I can stream while doing this job and multitask. Now, here's the thing. Right now with sports betting, I've made on average, if you count the last like 4 days, I made about $700 a day. Now, most people would say at that point, if you can do that every
Wow.
day, just do it every day. The reason why I'm not doing it every day and I'm keeping my different options open because I don't want to rely on it. Because once I start relying on it, what happens is I sit at home all day and I just bet all day and I gotta win. If I don't win, I'm stressed out because I need to make a certain amount of money. And then the money goal is never existent. It's just an unlimited money goal, which kills me. But by me having
Hmm.
this job pays my bills. So all the money I make from sports betting is extra money, which is why I'm ahead every week now, $2,000 because I have this job. It pays me with me doing 100 stops, minimum of 20 days a week. That pays all my bills, which are about $2,200 a day. So $2,200 a month. So with me having this job, I don't have the sweat and stress of needing money. All the extra money from sports betting is just extra money from sports betting, which is why right now I got like $3,000 lined up. I'll show y'all right now. I'll show y'all right now. I got the app right here that I track my numbers. Right here. I track all my numbers. Right here.
Okay. Well, Mr. Page, the only thing I would say is you got to make sure that your nephew values this opportunity because you got to let him know that most people would not extend an opportunity like this, and he should make the most of it.
You know what's crazy about that too? The first he actually said thank you for the first time. Like we were talking, it was more of like okay. But he actually said the last time we talked, which was like now 20 minutes or so ago, he said thank you. I just want you to know I appreciate this. And that was the first time he actually said that. And that made me happy because now he actually
Wow.
understands. And I think it took me to keep it real with him, dude. I'm giving up my comfort to do this, but it's worth it for me because I've always told. See, this is the thing. Every single time that I've taken somebody in, because this ain't the first time. I took my daughter in, of course, after, I didn't have to. Y'all know the story behind that. Took her in. My cousin, which is his cousin, but my cousin too, I took her in at one point. I've taken family, and I've taken in people that were just friends multiple times, and they all do better. The thing is, they just got to get down with the program. And the problem is, on the outside looking in, people think I don't know what I'm doing. See, every single decision that I made the past year or two have been because other people told me to do it. Every time I make my own decisions, I win. Such as me going to FedEx and me running up between FedEx and me betting $7,500. I was in Vegas living my best life. Y'all remember that? Then I start listening to everybody's advice, and I went broke in like a month. And then I lose my FedEx job. Then I go back to doing me, and now I got $18,000 being made, and between me and this other person that was working their account, and we're winning because I went with what I felt was best. Now, guess
No.
what? Now that I'm doing what I feel is best, I just showed you I got $3,000, and that's with me paying out my bills. That's with me paying 2,000 student loans a week ago. That's with me doing all that because I'm just that good at bonus watching and stuff. But the whole point of the matter is,
Yeah. So
people
my question
don't
is,
understand. You go ahead.
when you said you took people's advice, what was people's advice at that time?
So people's advice was, for example, don't bet, don't bonus watch. Why would I leave $2,400 a month on the table?
Why
What
would
grown
he?
person?
Ski?
Let's just think about the logic in that.
I think
Why wouldn't
I think
I?
at that time no one knew what bonus watching was, so everybody thought that
Mm,
you was gambling. So I guess everybody was thinking like you was putting 100 on red. I think it was before you
mm,
explained what bonus watching was.
right,
Because just
right.
think about that. I stopped bonus watching for 2 months because of Divas talking everybody into this being shady and unethical and all this retarded stuff, and I stopped doing that. That was one. Basketball Academy. Stop doing that because I let people discourage me, telling me your son don't
The
respect you and these people
Twiggies.
don't respect you. Yeah, and I stopped doing the basketball academy because I got freaking upset about the fact that I'm thinking people are telling the truth, and I gave that up, and that was popping. I had
Thanks a
there's
lot,
still people.
Twiggy.
Yeah, thanks a
By the
lot, Twiggy.
by the way, 4-4 line. I'm not letting you up. Go live. Go, like that chat. I'm not even looking at chat. He left 7 messages, man. I haven't even looked. This is what I mean by this desperation.
Okay, he keeps on saying don't
Mm-mm-mm.
be a bee. Free speech is the First Amendment, not up here. And then he said a bunch of BAHs. It's like you have to like, you got to come with some productive conversation. With that in mind, I'm about to be inside of a meeting. I'm gonna put my microphone on mute, but I'll be listening.
Got you.
Okay.
Shout out to you. But yeah,
See ya.
Nap, that's the thing. Let's be real. I
Yeah,
try
man.
to give you advice, Nap. I try to give you advice. Maybe I can say what the advice was. I try to give you advice. Then you don't listen. But
Yep.
isn't that your choice not to listen?
Well, sure, I suppose.
Even if things go worse for you, wouldn't you be happier that you didn't listen and things went worse than you listening to me? And if it went worse, then now you can say that this wasn't even your choice. You listened to me and now you're cooked.
Well, no, of course not. If I decide not to listen to someone and it goes bad, I'm gonna say, "Dang, I wish I listened to them." But with that being said, I'll also say, you know, hey, I made this, I made this bed. Let me sleep in it, or however it goes.
Yeah, and that's the point. Like if you make the decision and you fail, nobody cares. But if I make that decision for you and it fails, you're gonna be thinking like, "F this dude. I should have listened to myself." That's the reason why I tell people
Right.
I regret a lot because I've made a lot of decisions based off what other people wanted me to do, based off of what people said was best for me. Like not bonus watching was stupid. Like, dude, like I literally I left $2,400 a month on the table to just make these people
Mm.
happy, to make these people say, you know what, Dennis, you're like I left $2,400 on the table. That could have been in
Well,
my account
Dennis,
for 2 months,
these
not bonus
people,
watching.
look, man. These people are fickle. They told you to keep that old car at one point. They just say a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Like, remember that too? Remember they told me to keep that beater, but then when I kept the beater, they bashed me upside the head of how bad the beater was, how my back is like an L. I'm hot in there, dusty.
Mm.
Then I upgrade the vehicle, and now, oh my God, you bought this vehicle that's gonna do this and that and this and that.
They just want to hate. It's a shame.
Like that ugly face that keep popping up on my freaking timeline, man. That 4-4 line dude is freaking annoying me, man. I gotta block him. I hate seeing that face. 4-4 line, I'm blocking his ass. This dude's freaking ugly face. Oh crap! I gotta do it in my other account. Can you block him? That are you have access to YouTube right now? Uh-oh. Is that my audio or your audio? Can you hear me clear?
I'm here. Give me 1 second, Dennis. I'm here. Give me 1 second. Oh,
Okay, I didn't know if that was Nab's audio or my audio, but like this dude won't go
sorry.
away. I hate seeing his ugly face. Like he's just freaking. Let me block him for real.
Mm.
Freaking narrow king of the hill face. Like how? What does it take to make that dude just go away?
Mm-mm.
Oh yeah, thank you,
I
Tims.
don't have it.
Like this dude looks crazy, and he thought that was a good idea to put that picture up. Ski. Like this dude is crazy. Like he looks literally thin face. He looks like an emoji, and he thought it looked like a transformer head having. And he thought that like it was a good idea to start another make another account and use that picture for his profile picture. Like he literally looks like freaking somebody put his head in one of those compactors and like crushed it. Like you ever see the
Please,
Goodfellas?
God.
I mean, you ever see Casino? Remember Casino when they put that guy's head in a vice
Oh
and
yeah.
like smushed it? That's this dude's head.
Yeah. Oh
Whole
god.
telephone pole head. Oh, my penis shaped head. Like
Oh
I thought that
lord.
was my penis at 1 second when he put that profile picture. I'm like, can you just take that off?
All right, that's fine.
Guys, I'm not
This
letting
dude,
Nimrits on my channel. I'm sorry. If he wants to come up, he
he's
can make his own channel.
he's
We're
on
going
he's in a
crazy in the
mountain
chat. I'm
somewhere.
sorry.
He's in a mountain just being racist. I don't know. God bless him. That's all I can say.
Yeah, I'm not letting him up. He's not coming up. He's cooked on my channel. He's dead to me. Like,
Damn.
Kelly, you should be able to delete him. If not, I'll make you a manager mod because yeah, that dude is
Gotcha, man.
that dude is out of control, man. Like I just don't like he just doesn't get it. Like nobody, I don't like him. I don't hate him. I don't hate people because that's beta male, but I don't like him. Just go away. Why won't you just stop? Go get a chick or something, man.
Lord, oh Lord.
You can just time him out for now, okay? I'm gonna make you a manager mod in a second. But yeah, that's just crazy, man. Like seriously, now I'm never gonna let nobody trick me out of helping. And bottom line is my nephew. I think he's gonna be great. And then the second thing we gotta go over is these people are so thirsty to just make me look like I'm bad in some way. They did the whole march to Dennis quitting this job. Like I never said I quit the job. I said that I'm considering not doing as much of these deliveries because it ain't worth my time because of all the money I'm making with the betting. Why would I waste my time? Why would I waste my time with this job as much as I was wasting? Like right now I'm gonna be done by like 3:30 because I'm on stream, so it's going a little slower. But why would I waste my time if I can sit here like yesterday at the table? I had to pay for my nephew's ticket, so I made $240 in like a matter of like what
Hold
10
up.
minutes? Yeah.
Like plane tickets?
Yeah.
So it's official. I thought this was like a conversation. He's coming?
No, for sure. I told him if he wants to come. See, this is the thing.
Oh.
I told him if he wants to come because he's gonna give me the plane ticket money back out of his pay. Like this is the thing.
Right.
He's gonna work and pay me all the money that I'm giving him back because it's gonna be tough love there, but he's getting a place that he can chill and grow at. But I'm not gonna. It ain't no freeloading. He knows that ain't no freeloading. It's gonna be you come and you're gonna work and you're gonna pay me back whatever I give you, and you're gonna be productive young man. That's just it. Like it ain't no free rides because if I give him a free ride and make him think it's sweet, then he's going to not take advantage of it. He's not going to do that. He's just going to not know no better. So I'm going to teach him the right way right away. We're going to start a tab, and that plane ticket goes on the tab. Then, as we go. And this is the thing. My nephew, he's going to be great. He's going to have his own stuff. He can be the same man I am. That's not an issue. The issue is he just needed that chance, and I'm giving him that chance. And if it all fails, I'll just send him back to Youngstown. But it ain't going to fail because he's going to work. Because he's not a loser. He's not a dweeb. He just needs somebody to guide him, and I'm going to guide him. And I'm pretty sure you would do the same thing for a nephew that that was a young, productive man. He just needed that father figure. And I'm not going to go into his dad because I'm not going to put his dad business out here. But all I'm going to say is my nephew never had other than my grandfather, but my grandfather died before he got really a chance to teach him. He never had a role model of somebody that got up, put on their work boots and went and took care of business. He never had that, and that's something he's gonna get. He's getting somebody who is gonna teach him how to get it out the mud.
Well, young people, they don't do what you say, they do what you do. So they just watch everything.
And you just see me get up. You just see me get up every morning. I'm gonna get up, do my little workout, and then I'm going to, we're gonna go work. And he's not gonna.
That's right, man.
Because you're gonna be out here hungry too. This dude won't go away, man. I can't ban him because I gotta turn the thing on. Like I don't want to turn that thing on. He just won't go away. Won't stop.
Lord. I'm looking at these comments he put in the private chat. This is wild.
I haven't even looked. I'm not gonna see. My stream of consciousness is at an all-time high, and
Mm.
I'm not gonna ruin it with that dude because we gotta look in life. In life, what is he? Like in life to any of us, what is he? Like he's
Oh
nothing.
God,
He's nothing. Like
please.
he's worth nothing to
Yeah.
us. He has nothing to us. He has nothing to offer.
Mm.
He has nothing to provide us. All he is just a guy that just wants to feel wanted. He just wants somebody to care. And he wants to do that with my channel. Just like Beavis and all these other people, they want to feel wanted. So they do that with my channel because if they don't have my channel, they don't have nobody care about them. And he doesn't understand because he has social IQ of a freaking toddler. He doesn't understand that, like, this is
Right.
lame. This is lame stuff right now. He's literally begging to be on a channel on YouTube like he's not a grown adult male. Like, what grown man begs to be on a YouTube channel of another man's? I've seen that before in my life, man. Never seen this before.
Wow.
This is
Right.
unusual. Like, unusual. Like, I've never seen desperation at this level. And
Oh
then, like, I
man.
don't trust him anyway because he keeps using the B word.
Mm-mm-mm.
I don't trust males that use the B word. That's like freaking, like, weird. Imagine you being around a male that just calls you the B word, like it ain't nothing. Hey, biatch, like just freaking just gay and weird and
That's weird. Yeah, it's weird. But
creepy.
also, I'm gonna say white guys play like that. You know, with brothers, it's kind of like fighting words. But I don't know.
But that's the point. They play with each other. That's the point. That's why I don't do like the
Yeah.
creepy white guys that play with each other. Like who plays with another man? Like, come on, bro. If you want to go play, go play with somebody else. Go play with your kids. You're not playing with no
Mm,
grown man. We don't do that over
that
here.
part.
Like I just don't do. I just don't understand this new breed of males. Like who plays around with them?
Mm,
Like I would never understand that. You can go in here
mm,
and that.
mm, mm. Man.
Like yeah, if he wants to play, then he can just go. He can go somewhere kids are at. I guess he can go to Dave and Buster's. But
Lord
what do you
and
got to
Lord.
say about all those people going in on you? Do you want to cook any of these people?
Let me see. Nab is the most feminine fella. That's fine. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? Cause you safe. You safe, my guy. You safe in that comment section. That's all I'm gonna say. So say what you gotta say. You good? Do it where it's safe though.
That's the point. They're not gonna pull up on you.
I'm saying, hey, I'm here in real life. I'll give you my address right now. I'll put it right here in the chat. I'll put my real address. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing. So that's all I gotta say about that. Thank
No,
you.
don't do that. I don't want to see nobody hurt, man. Don't do that, man. I don't want to see you
Hey,
take out nobody like you're 50 Cent.
no, that's fine. I'm just saying. I mean, but anyways, I don't know why you're getting criticism. I mean, Hispanics or other cultures too. It'd be like 10 of them in a one bedroom. They're all building, stacking paper, doing their thing. They don't get no criticism. But you know, we give each other a hard time. Why?
That's a good point right there. I don't understand why. Why is it that Hispanics and everybody can do the same thing I'm offering, and it's going to be praised and looked at as respect, but like when I do it,
Yeah.
it's freaking bad. Like I'm
Mm,
exploiting. I'm exploiting him, advantage of him.
mm.
Like I just don't get it, man. That's the reason why we're down. That's the reason why black culture, black community just stays down. We just stay like cooked. We just stay like we're pretty much to a point nobody wants to be around us. Like we can literally, me and my nephew, if we both work hard
That's-
enough, we can freaking buy a house. We can buy a house, literally. And those people are sweet, man. They're just talking because they
Right.
know they know they don't have to pull up on you. Not on me. You're big tough nab. I don't do that, man. What was that?
Please.
Is that my signal cutting out or is that
You
yours?
hear me, Dennis?
I can hear you.
It
I
might
can
be
hear you now.
mine. All right. I was just saying. I was asking Wash Tubes. I was asking Wash Tubes how am I racist? Ah, shit. Hello.
I think he's saying why you're racist because he's saying because you said Mexicans all shack up in one house, but it's like respect. I mean, they're smart.
Oh. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, thank you. That's not racist. I'm giving them props. I'm like, they're building generational wealth. They're doing their thing. That's smart. It's not dumb to do that.
See, the blacks are separatists, whatever the word is, to where they have to
Mhm.
be. Today, by the way, I was at the office and this one guy he was so offended and appalled because I was talking about how weak men are and how women are cooked in 2026. I'm like, dude, like, there's no excuse for women to have 3 kids at 25 years old and not have a man to raise those kids. I'm like, that's just selfish and ignorant. I'm like, just the same way it ain't
Damn.
no excuse for that guy to be broke living in his mom's basement, freaking like mad because you have like men that are like taking all the chicks because the woman wants a successful guy. And he started looking at me crazy. And I'm like, dude, I'm sorry if I offended you. So I talk about it on my YouTube channel. Like, I'm like, dude, I'm sorry. Women are cooked if they're like 3 kids, they're bad body. And then, like now the kids are going to be hoodlums and all that because they don't have no direction or guidance, no structure because no man in sight. I'm like, I'm sorry, dude. If that's what
Mhm.
you want me to like act like it ain't happening, I can't do that. I can't act like that ain't happening. I'm like, that's a reality that these kids are dealing with. That
Mhm.
the parents are, the mom is dusty. I'm like, um, we shouldn't be praising single mothers. We shouldn't be praising
Oh
single
Lord.
dads. But actually, single dads should be praised because usually there's no such thing as single dad. Usually, single dads are only single for a moment, but they usually put a woman in the household.
Um, I'll be right back. Hold on.
Let me move you or you. All right,
Okay.
you could. Just make sure, try your best to let me know before you leave. Now I can move you, so I don't got to refresh. But
No problem.
Nab is way more than 135 pounds. They say you should sign up for self-defense class. You understand? You need the defense from Nab. Like, you guys are out of your mind. You don't know. You never heard of Nab.
All
There's
right.
never not been a
Dennis,
tough.
you there?
Yeah, yeah,
Someone said I'm 135 pounds.
yeah. They say you need to get self-defense class.
That's fine. They don't know. Like, I'm a boxer. I'm a real life boxer in real life. That's fine. I mean, it's all fun and games. Shut
This
up.
dude is
I'm
sitting in
here.
the back.
That's fine.
This dude is sitting in the back office, man, like a deranged man
I mean, what
person,
can you
male.
say? Do you want to let him up for a sec? Or?
No, no, I'm not letting him up. Nope, because no,
All right.
Cause he's gonna nope. Shout out to Regis in the bill. Nope, because he's gonna start talking crazy. He doesn't add value. Like it's him, dude. I hate all my videos for a reason because it's embarrassing. I got dweebs like him, like on
Hmm.
my channel acting like they're mean, like they matter, like their life matter.
Oh, wow.
Like it's
Oh,
craziness.
what up? What up, Regis, by the way? But I'll say this, though. Oh, Dennis.
Yeah, right here. Shout out to Jew, by the way. Shout out to you being day one. But go ahead.
I was going to just say we got to keep in mind, some moms are single moms, but it was out of their control. That happens too.
How?
Okay, they meet
Explain.
a guy,
How?
he seems great. Or they meet a guy, seems great, he changes later. You know what I'm saying?
How does most guys? So that's it's a okay. How often do a guy that gets a woman pregnant? By the way, who's winning tonight is going to be the OKC. But how often does it happen that a woman meets this great guy and he just switches up on her and he becomes unrecognizable after they have kids? How often does
I
that
mean, it
happen?
happens. I don't know
Okay,
about percentages. I don't.
don't you
What
think
would
it's
you say
more of like,
percentage wise?
oh, I think that like maybe 10%. Hey, how you doing? Oh, good. What's up?
Damn. What
Huh?
do y'all
Yeah,
think in the chat? What percentage does that happen?
try to get you. You good? And I'll do the door of your mind. Thanks. Have a good day. Thanks. Yep. I think it's 10%. What y'all think in the chat, guys? Let's switch up. I think what happens is now, honestly, that's like kind of like a
Hmm.
cope for simps to like make single mothers feel better about themselves. Because in reality, most single mothers end up single because they choose the bad boy. Same way that we end up baby daddies half of the time paying child support. Not me because I never had to deal with this, but because we choose the chick with the fat booty. We deal with the chick with the fat booty instead of a good-hearted woman, and guess what happens? That woman ends up cheating on us, and then now we're paying child support. We do the same thing. The difference
Mm,
is nobody feels sorry for us. We're not getting praised for being a single dad because it doesn't really happen
mm,
like that. It's usually never a single dad because we know to put a woman back in the household. Women, on the other hand, are selfish and they don't do what's best for the kids, even though they know that majority of kids growing up with a single mother are going to lose. They don't care enough to like just find a man, and it's easy to find a man for these women. These women literally can go on Tinder or Bumble, go to a bar, go to the library, go to church. I tried to make it fun at first. Now let's go straight to it. Referred by a friend, job, co-worker,
mm.
but they choose to not get with a man again because of their selfishness. But they are definitely
Dennis,
not
hold
gonna.
up. I'm sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let me do something. Sorry. If you want to boot me, and I'll be back.
Okay, let me move you. Hold on, let me move you. Appreciate
Okay.
you, man. Shout out to you. So, guys, let me break this how it works, guys. We'll break this down. Women, what happens is they want DNA, D and attention. That's what they want. So what happens is they always going to get their D and attention. But relationship with a man is optional. That's an optional thing because most women, they don't want structure. They don't want to be required to do stuff. Shout out to Regis, $2,500 child support ended last month. Shout out to you, man. My support is about $400 a month that I pay directly to my son. His mom is fortunate enough, or not fortunate enough, but successful enough to not need my money. So it goes to my son. But that's the support that I pay. Now, back to the point. Um, what happens is a lot of women are selfish. So they want what's best for them. Crap, to the wrong house. They want what's best for them, not the kids. They'll even put toxic guys in their kid life. They'll literally put a drug dealer in their kid life like it's sweet. So that's the reason why I don't respect single mothers because they know statistics show that a man being in the household for that kid will give the kid a better chance to win. But what happens is the women, one thing they do is they get washed to where they get like, bad body because bad beefy body because when you have a kid, your body falls apart if you don't go to the gym. They get that. And then they want to get their body in order. So now they gotta settle for a lower level guy. And if they're getting support, financial support, social support, then they feel like they don't need a man. They don't
Okay,
need to
I'm back,
perform.
Dennis. Oh,
What's
okay. We
going
talking
on?
about single women? We talking
Yeah, we're
about single
talking about
mothers?
yeah,
Oh, I
what
got
we're
beef
talking
with
about
them.
now. Yeah, we're talking about how selfish because Nab tried to say that, what percentage of women would be like the man switches up. And I'm like, dude, it's probably 10% of women. You got to deal with the man switching up. I'm like, the rest
Switching
of
up
the
in
women,
what? Switching up in what situation? Like broke or what?
pretty much being a low life, being a loser.
You mean like if a man turns into a low life, the woman would switch up?
No, no, no. What he's saying is, I told him that women that be having all these kids is their fault. That no
It
man is
is.
involved because they literally can pick the right guy. They know the right guy. We all know, just like with guys, we know the women with big booties are going to be the worst women for us in the reality. But we don't care. We just wanted, that big booty. But if
Well,
we cared
Nab,
more,
well,
what?
Nab is not that well versed in women. Um,
Just somewhat. But the whole key point of that whole topic was is just to say that women pick the bad boys and the guys they know ain't good for them because of their selfishness because they want to be
I disagree.
happy with okay you respect that but let me say this though what I was telling Nab is that most women they know the bad guy but they choose anyway and then society has to pick up the slack and whatever due to the fact that the women their choices are going to put now future convicts in society's face because of the fact that kids are going to, the women are going to have babies at young ages. The boys are going to end up in the criminal justice system, statistically speaking. and they shouldn't be praised. But what do you think? Why do women keep
No,
being single mothers?
no, this is what I would say, right? And this is why I disagree with you. You said it's for the love of the bad boy. I say that it is ingrained through the teachings of their mothers. And the reason why I say that it is it's kind of wild because in the black community, we have a long lineage of single mothers. At this point, you have the granddaughter that's a single mother, the mother is a single mother, and even the grandmother is a single mother. So they don't know what's good for them. So what I'm saying is they are ingrained to be like, well, my mom would approve of this because this is what she had. So I really feel like it's not because they really want to, it is that it is all that they know. So let's say, for
That
example,
oh,
do you feel like that though? Like, if you think
mm,
about it, like the boyfriend of the daughter would be the same man that would get with the mother, whether it at that time. Let's say, for example, if the daughter likes thugs, that mother definitely like thugs.
so I think this is the problem. That's a black thing because here's the thing.
I'm
It's
talking about
when
blacks.
oh yeah, you're talking about blacks, but I'll just say that's a black culture thing because if you look at dating apps, for example, on Facebook, it's nothing to see a woman, 27 years old. Watch some of them have you come up in a second, but there's nothing seeing a 28-year-old white woman with no kid, but it's rare to see that with the black women. They think you're off, but here's another thing: we have a situation that most of the white women they will smash a ninja but they would never make a baby by a ninja. They just know better. Like unless that ninja got money, they're not getting pregnant by no ninja because they know that they're cooked. No matter how much they hate their parents, they are not going to get pregnant by no ninja because they know they're cooked. But black women will literally get pregnant by a brokey. That's their habitual get pregnant by brokies who can't even afford to pay child support. Can't even afford to pay $50. You understand? The moment I got with my son, I agreed to pay him $400 a month. Period. 400 a month. That's what I've been giving my son from day one. $400 a month. No matter how many people want to say, "Oh, you don't pay child support," I give my son $400 every single month. That's the support that we agreed upon. His mom doesn't need the money, nor she can use money. She don't need the money. As long as I
And,
give my
and,
son
she, and
that money
she's a
and pay
she's
for
a
all my
good
son's
woman.
stuff, yeah, but I pay for all my son's clothes, all his camps, everything. But let's let Wash come on. Wash, come back up. My bad, man. I didn't add you right away. I just wanted to get that out, and I wanted to make sure you were a real person. But come on back up, Wash.
No, Des, I'm gonna ask you a deep question, right?
Yeah.
Can you put a price on a relationship?
What do you mean by price?
Can you put a price on a relationship?
That's hard to. I mean, what do you mean?
How
Somebody got
much?
to pay to be in a relationship?
Like put it like this, right? Yeah, basically like that. But let's say, for example, how much would you pay to be in a relationship?
Okay, so that's kind of easy, but not easy. So if you think about it, like, so some dudes would like say I'm worth $1 million. Then
Yeah.
like if a woman like if I'm worth $1 million, then I can see myself knowing that I'm going to spend about 20 to 30 thousand a year for this woman and not work, not do nothing if she has a bad, boot, like if she had a big booty, like a nice body, face, she's personality and all that. Then men will pay up to like 20 to 30% of their income to keep her happy, to give her everything she needs. But then you have if she's like bad built, then like most guys wouldn't think like in regards to value, they want that woman to go work too. They're gonna say, "I ain't taking care of you." That's just how
Hmm.
society works for us. But if you're a brokey, like if you're literally a broke dude, then you're in a different situation because you can't pay for a woman, you can't take care of a woman. So like now, money ain't even a thing. You gotta have personality, be
Hmm.
charismatic. You gotta be good in bed. You gotta have big meat. You gotta have all that stuff to keep a woman. That's the value you offer when you're a broke dude. But the problem is, women are stupid to where they put value on big meat, on charisma, on
Okay.
litness. So like with me, like yeah, like let's just
So
keep it a
so
spade a
I
spade. Cali
so so
girls.
so you kind of took it off the topic because I was going somewhere
Oh no,
more
go ahead,
more
go ahead.
deeper than that.
Yeah, go
So
deep.
I
Go ahead.
so now pause. So my thing is this though. Can you put a price on a relationship?
I can't answer that question. I'm not even gonna try to. That's just
Okay, good.
confusing.
Okay, good. Okay, good. Because it's deep, right?
Yeah.
Now, I'm gonna ask you this, right? And I want you to be honest, and you can pass if you like to pass. You don't need to answer it. And no, this is not no trick question. This is not to make you look stupid. It's going to seem like that, but it's not. Now, let's say if you said to your child's mother, "I'm not paying any child support," would she let you see that child?
Now because
Thank you.
yeah,
Okay. So you said yes.
yeah, I have a
And this
relationship.
is
Yeah, no, yeah,
and this is what I'm trying to say. This is how you can tell a good woman and a bad woman. So let's say, for example, right? I got some news, and the news was this: he had to pay $50 for child support. And then you say to yourself, so if $50 stops your child's father being in his life, who's wrong? Let's say, for example, you got women like, let's say 2003, like back in the day, they'd be like, if you're not paying child support, your kid don't get to have a father. My whole thing is let that sink in, Dennis. Like, you put a price on a relationship. Can you put a price on your child having a father, a mother, a family? And I just think about $50 a month. Stop that. And do you think having a father is worth more than $50 a month?
absolutely.
And I think that you having your child mother is admirable because it's just like you get to be in his life for $400 a month, but yet you got people on the internet saying that's not enough. And it's like, so you trying to tell me that $400 a month? So what is it? Like, is it too little? So you saying that he can't see his kid for $400 a month? And the whole thing is the money's going directly to the kid, to my knowledge. But that's none of my business where it goes. But let that sink that in there that you have a feeling that if you said, yo, I don't have the money, I don't think she would be like, you know what, because you don't have the money, nigga, you don't, my bad, N-word, you don't get to take him out for ice cream. You don't get to take him out to the boat to feed ducks at the pond because
That's
you don't
yeah.
pay. Yeah,
Go ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
and that's all I was trying to say, which is like you took it to the whole meat thing, but I was dying laughing, man. You said $400 for some meat. No, not $400 for some meat, but like, you get the whole point. Like you took it
Yeah,
to,
yeah, yeah.
yeah. But I was just saying to myself, we need to have that type of value in the black community to fix it. That's all.
No, you're absolutely. That's I see what you're saying with that. That's the problem. We're not valuing each other. Like my nephew. To you, like, see, this is the thing. On outside looking at people are looking at him like because he's black. They're looking at him like just a nigga. They're not looking at him like he could be the future um, next creator of something great that we can all use because he's actually a smart kid. Nobody asked, hey, is he smart? Does he work hard? Is he nobody asked those questions. They just immediately went to, oh my God, you're stupid, you're bringing in another guy and exploiting him and using him and blah blah blah, not understanding that that's the problem with black kids. Everybody want to act like they're an advocate for us, but then when you actually like have somebody trying to actually do something selfish, unselfish, whatever the word is, to be not to be try to not be selfish by letting him come in, now it's a big problem, and that's the reason why black community is cooked because we don't look to help each other unless it's financial benefit. Like if I told people, hey, I'm getting paid $2,000 a month to take in this kid, like his mom or he got 2,000, I get 2,000. If I take in this kid, everybody's gonna be like, oh shoot, you about to do that, man. I pay your rent. All you gotta do is take care of him. But me saying that I'm doing it for free, like no benefit other than helping him become a man, pretty much get him right, is a bad thing, and that's the reason why. And you know what's crazy? Twigger took in a kid, adopted a kid, but this guy was even in chat talking about I'm exploiting this kid. You know what's crazy? This is what I mean by reason why I don't respect a lot of white people. This dude took in a kid. He took in a kid he adopted, and this guy you would think would respect it the most because he adopted a kid. He gave me slander too in the chat. He literally gave me slander in the chat too and said that I'm like using this kid. I'm about to exploit this kid. I'm doing this and that.
Wait, he said that?
When he adopted, yeah, like he said, like because everybody was saying that I'm trying to exploit this kid by making him my slave at 14 years old. I never said the 14-year-old was going to work.
Mm,
I said that the 20-year-old is going to come and work right away. And the freaking everybody was talking about I was exploiting this kid. And then the 14-year-old, I said I was trying to give him a better life. a better chance because he's in a bigger, better city with more schools, more resources, more everything, more community for him. And you would think Twiggy would be like, that's admirable and respectful because he adopted. But no, nope. He got to go in and just do his Twiggy thing. Let me go into the comment. Let me go and make sure I'm not misspoken. Let me look in here.
Twiggly said that he never said that. So
I'm about to look right
I
now.
think, I think maybe you should read the comment word for word so that we can just have a better future with Twiggly.
Nope, he deleted the comment.
Oh,
He left the comment. He left the comment up here.
wait, what did the comment say? I want you to read it word for word
Let me add
because
Watch Toops. Watch. Say something, Watch, so I make sure it's you. You
Yo,
don't know you. All right, what's going on, man?
good
hey
Okay,
man.
afternoon, washed.
Okay, he said, I will give you this. You get progressively worse and worse. That takes talent. That was the video of me saying that I was going to take on my nephew who's 20 to give him a better future, or and also give my nephew who's 14 a chance to like maybe go to school out here and do his thing. He said that I get progressively worse and worse. How is it worse for me being unselfish enough to like give up my space, my peace, and work harder now because I got to provide. If he does indeed decides to stay, I got to provide for this kid. Like I can do it. I just got to work harder. I got to do it, and I got to sacrifice 4 years of my life. But guess what? If he becomes a great kid and he gets to go to college, he gets to do his thing, it's worth it completely. But
DJ, how
what's
you
going
gonna
on,
do
Wash?
this? How you gonna do this and work all them hours you said you was gonna work?
So you don't think a 14-year-old self-dependent enough to stay at home while I work?
Not if your goal is to mold him into a new type of character.
I'm not molding him into a new type of character. I'm just trying to give him the environment to be a better kid. What does he need? He needs to be around better quality kids. He needs to be around schools that have resources instead of, Youngstown, they combined all 3 high schools into one. Now you have gangs all in one school. You have one basketball team, one football team, one for everything. You have no resources. You have nothing. See, y'all didn't think about that because y'all didn't ask why. That's another big deal.
If your nephew is as good as you say, that's a good thing. That's a positive.
No, not having 3,000 kids in one school. Lack
Yes,
of
that's
resources.
better. That's better. That means the school is playing in a higher division and the team is going to be better. DJ, you don't want to talk sports with me, man. I'm telling you. You don't know what you're talking about when it comes to sports most of the time and you're just overly confident and it makes you look crazy. That's why people are in the chat disrespecting you this way.
You don't.
You should really listen to some people that have done the stuff that you're trying to get your nephew and your sons to do so that they can be successful, so they can follow a blueprint. You don't
Hold on
have a
one second. Hold on
blueprint.
one second. Hold on one.
Chat, if I'm saying some bullshit, just let me know. I'll get off this motherfucker.
Well, to be honest, I don't know anything about sports, so I can't have an opinion. So
You
I
you
don't know, bro.
understand you understand math though,
Okay,
right?
hold on. Wait.
Yeah, I
Watch.
understand match, which is more competition,
Watch
more
is doing.
competition.
Watch is doing a good job here. Like he's actually coming with. Now this is the way it works. Watch. Just because you sound confident about something does not mean it's true. So why don't we walk through? Because I'm not going to let you sit up here and go on a whole monologue talking numbers and facts without letting me respond. So let's just back and forth conversation, man. So if you don't like something I'm saying, or if I said something wrong, just stop me and you can, interject. So now let's go back into the point. Once again, my nephew is in a school that is gang filled and he's going and moving into the wrong direction. Twiggy, I'm gonna wait to have you come up because I want one at a time because you could have came up before he came up, and now that Wash is cooking, you're not
Let
about
me
to mess
stop
up his flow.
let me stop you real quick, DJ, on this point about you, and we can get into my background later if you'd like, but you talking about he's basically in a toxic situation at the school that he's at, and if you just drop him into a new situation he will just change is not true. Anyone that's been to high school knows that there's a kid that came to your high school from another school that was kicked out or bad, and they came to your school and they didn't just change. They were still the same person that they were unless someone affected their life, which you say that you are going to do at first, but then also you're playing the other side saying he's 14, he can take care of himself, blah 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 blah. So it's like you got to pick a side when it comes to that if you are serious about this.
Okay, so maybe you don't know my background because I'm actually the same situation. I actually went to Sheridan, which was a hood school that I had to fight, and I was literally bullied and pussy walked all over the place until my stepdad told me I had to fight back or I'm going to have to fight him, and it manned me up to where I started fighting. I go to Hillman for middle school, which was a worse school, and I had to fight almost every 3 months, at least once. And then I went to Cheney, which was a white school, and it literally changed my life. I actually was able to focus on school. I was actually able to become like a better person overall. I had better people around me. I was able to worry about the things that mattered instead of trying to be cool, like getting bad grades on purpose, like sagging my pants, doing everything the YNs was doing just to blend in, not bringing home books because I knew I was going to get bullied, and have to fight. So the whole point of the matter is when you say that point, you don't know my background. I've been through that. So now with my nephew being 6'5", 240 pounds, maybe you didn't hear the reason why. First off, he's talented. Okay. He needs that guidance. He needs that mentor. He needs that person that can be there with him every day. Okay. To
DJ,
be there.
let me
Dude,
pause.
you got to let me. Okay, go ahead. Go
This
ahead,
this
pause
is
it.
this
Stop
is the
getting
shit you're
more.
saying. This is the shit you're
Dude,
saying every time. You're saying you're gonna be there for him. You're gonna be a mentor. You're gonna guide him, and then at the same time, you're saying you're gonna work 7 days a week. You're gonna work fucking 12-hour
when did I say?
days. You're gonna kill it.
Wait. Wait, bro. So this is the problem. Y'all don't do that. Like, dude, just ask me how am I gonna afford to do this? I would have told you I'm not doing 7 days a week. I don't need to do that. I got my stream consciousness back. I'm
Okay,
making plenty of money, man. I'm good. I
okay,
don't have to
okay.
work
So
7
you
days a week.
okay? So you agree that you're changing course. That previously you were on that.
Yes, when I was by myself. Now that I might take him in, if he decides to want to come in, I would pivot to something that would allow me to have more time. Because guess what? It ain't me neglecting. It ain't me. I got to work all day to pay. No, I don't have to do that. I make enough. Dude, my bills are $2,200 a month. With him there, the bills are going to remain the same, dude. Like my food is going to go up. Like that's it. And if he decides to stay, then I got to pay to take him to school, but I'm still going to work a job. Like, dude, nothing's going to change. This is the problem with us black folks. We find ways to not help people. It don't matter what it costs. If it ain't that much more and I can afford to do it, why wouldn't I help my nephew? That's family.
Let me ask you a question.
He's headed to be a YN. I don't want him to be a YN. If he's talented,
Okay,
he's
that's
great.
hey.
Why wouldn't I help him?
DJ, that's respectable. I don't want you to think that I'm somebody that thinks helping people is bad. That's actually a good thing. And I think a lot of people try to help you. There's a lot of helping going on. And all of that is valuable and should
Wait,
be
how do y'all
admired.
help me? Wait, how do y'all help me? Let's go there.
No, no,
How
no,
do
no,
y'all
no.
help me?
I'm not saying
No,
that
you just
I'm
said
not saying
that.
I'm saying that people in your life have from the chat, they're saying that people, your girlfriend and other people help you, and you're trying to help other people. All of that stuff is good stuff. But the point is that you can overextend yourself. You've been overextended. I've only been watching this channel for a year, and I've seen you be overextended. So how much does it cost to bring on 14-year-old nephew?
And like right now, it costs nothing but food because I'm already paying my bills. I don't pay nothing for water. My electric might go up a little bit, dude. Like it's
That's
gonna cost me
all of that.
nothing.
All of that. Don't. y- Nothing and food and electricity and water are not the same. Zero and $500 are not the same. And if you feed him like you feed your son, letting them go to wherever they'd like to go and letting them eat out, it's going to cost money. Agreed?
It's called sacrifice. Meaning I already talked to him. It's gonna be cooked food. Like it's sacrifice. That's the point. Like I do what I do because I can afford to eat out. But
Brother, I've
dude,
watched this channel for a year. You hardly cook anything. Your ass is at a drive-through every time I
because I
look
can
at this
afford to do
live.
it. I can afford to do it. You do realize that if you ask any of my family, they'll tell you I'm actually a good cook. My daughter, if I call her right now, she'll tell you that I cooked almost every single day. I just choose to do fast food because it makes sense for me being by myself. Dude, I know how to cook. I cook. Literally, my daughter, I cooked every day. Like, do you
All right, bro.
understand? I took her.
I
Do
don't.
you understand?
It doesn't matter if you can cook. I honestly don't care if your food
Okay,
is good or bad. That's not important.
what I did? What about me going from not having a kid, thinking I had no kid, to taking on my daughter in a matter of me finding out 2 months before that she needed me to take her on or she was going to be put in children's services. I went and took her, and I didn't have a kid. I went and took her, and I had to get a place, I had to cook, prepare, give
It
her
sounds
school,
like
I had to take her
it's
somewhere to do all that. And I made it happen for her. She graduated. She's in college right now. Bro, I can do this. It ain't that big of a deal. It's just the problem is you are looking at me based off the chat as a retard and a nincompoop. Dude, I know how to take care of a kid. Like, it ain't that deep. And he's 14 years old. It ain't that much maintenance.
The fact that you keep saying it ain't that much maintenance, it ain't that big of a deal. You see the situation that he's in now. So it must take some work. It must be some maintenance because the people that are supposed to be working and maintaining it now aren't doing as good of a job as you think that they could be
No,
doing.
they are doing a good job. It's my sister. She's doing a good job. I just know I can do better for him because there's no man in the household. You
If
understand?
they
There's
were
no
doing a
man in
good
the household.
job, if they were doing a good job, you wouldn't say he's on his way to being a YN. You're playing both sides, Dennis. You've got to just focus on what you
Bro,
actually mean.
bro,
You're saying he's
bro,
on his
bro,
way to being a YN, and then also saying he's being raised the right
bro.
way,
I'm not
and
saying,
things are
okay,
going
I
well.
misspoke. You know what? I messed up. I misspoke. He's not going on the why. And what I'm saying is he is around YNs because that's all that's at Youngstown. Majority of people in Youngstown are YNs. That's his age. That's the point.
Um,
There's not too many
t-
upstanding young kids there. Most of the kids are living out. That's what he's going to be influenced by that. So me taking him out of that culture and bringing him here to be around corniness and regular black folks is better for him. That's the reason why I want to give him that chance. If he wants that chance, he might not like it. He might not want to be around my son and his friends that are like I called them straight up to their face, goofies, like goofballs. They're just fun kids. They're just happy kids. He might not like that. He might like being around rough kids that be fighting and all that. He might like that. But here's the thing. I'm gonna give him that chance. Is that too much? Is that too hard to understand? Like, why wouldn't I give him the chance if I can afford to do it? I can literally do it.
Now, if I may be able to ask everyone a question, right? What would be like now, let's say Dennis's nephew comes down. What would be the worst thing to happen? Because in my mind, I know we all might have watched like a Menace to Society, right? If he leaves Youngstown and comes to Wilmington, I don't think he can get into that much trouble. So it's like in my mind, it's like, Youngstown is on the decline because they're consolidating schools, which means like they're like, okay, what's the point of having six schools? We might as well just put everybody into one. It seems like Youngstown is on a decline and the South is on an upcline because all the black people is moving back down south. So it's like worst case scenario, if Dennis is like, I just don't want my nephew to be a YN. I think that maybe him moving there might be less likely for him to be a YN because he's with a different crowd, people that he may not know. I'm not saying that he may not find trouble, but if Dennis's nephew moves in with Dennis, what's the worst thing that can happen?
He catches the charge, goes to jail, never plays college football, never plays college basketball because his
But
uncle wasn't watching him.
couldn't that happen in Youngstown too, when you have like basically the YN culture and everybody being broke? And Ohio is notorious for pills,
It's
drugs.
not a one for one though. The whole point is that if he comes here, he has to get a better outcome. He must get a better outcome. That's the whole point of coming. It's not a one for one. It's not, well, if you would have stayed there, the same thing would have happened. That's a false
Okay,
equivalency
question.
that we don't
Question.
care
How
about.
often? Question. How often does he get to go play basketball and train, work out for football? How often does he get to go? Like
I don't
since
know. I
basketball,
don't know,
football
but
been over? No,
all of
wait.
that
No, no, no,
stuff.
wait, no, 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 wait. No. We're not. No. You called me out. Let's go there. How often has he got to practice and do football and focus on his sports while the seasons are over? The season was over for basketball like freaking 3 months ago, 2 months ago. How often did? How many times have he got to go to actually practice since then?
That's a great topic to bring up. I don't know how many times this kid works out. I don't know his passion for football or basketball,
He
but
has a passion, but he
that
didn't get to work out
but this but
other
this
than
is
with
a
me
this
because
is
there's
another
nobody to train him there.
this is another well, first of all, DJ, that's fucking stupid. There's definitely someone who trains football and basketball in Youngstown. I can find them
Yes, if
right
you
now in
pay
two
for it,
seconds.
if you pay for it, that's the
No
point. He can't
shit.
afford to pay for it, dude.
All the quality training cost.
Of course, and she can't afford to pay for it. So what?
Okay,
He
exactly.
comes here and he can get
So
trained
let me get
here.
this. So let me get this out.
Resources.
Let me get this out. Can I say this?
Go ahead.
How much does a summer or a off season of training cost you? How much does fueling someone who is training to be a D1 athlete cost you? How much does the recovery and health stuff cost you? Those are all things that I've seen people in the chat talk about and you ignore as if you can fucking bet wash, bonus wash, whatever the fuck you call it, your way to having enough money to get these kids an NIL deal. Now, I respect the idea of wanting everyone to get their bag and try to get these young athletes something that they can have for their families. That's admirable and that's good. But you sound like you're coming at it from a very selfish angle every time you speak about it. And as someone that has a deep athletic background, it sucks to see what seems to be like a good athlete in your care getting misguided
Wait,
for
okay, hold on, wait. This is why I don't let no offense. You on the goofy level right now. This is why I don't do panels with y'all.
Can we all
How's
be
selfish?
respect? Can we
And
all
which
be Can we
wait.
all be respectful?
Which way am I selfish in any of this bullshit that you're talking right now? How the fuck am I selfish looking to bring a fucking 14-year-old kid from
Okay.
freaking middle of fuck nowhere to Wilmington? This is why I don't do panels. You guys take me out of my
Okay.
element.
the
And I allow
first
this shit on
the
my
first
YouTube channel,
thing
dude.
the
This
first
is
thing you
fucking
mentioned
bullshit.
the first thing you mentioned about your nephew when you were talking about bringing him was that he could help the efforts of your basketball coaching and your basketball teams and your son's basketball team and all the things that you could benefit from him. I'm not trying to piss you off. I'm not trying to make you upset. I'm just calling out.
Wait. That wasn't the first time I talked about this. I talked about this a couple months ago when I was in Youngstown, 3 months ago. Whenever I was in Youngstown, I literally had my nephew Chuck D. I can't have you on right now because I want to go one-on-one here. Last time I went to Youngstown, I saw my nephew and I felt bad because it's like I left him and now he's back to just doing nothing there because there's nothing to do there. And I said I want to help him be a more productive man, have an opportunity to do more. That's the reason why I said I was bringing him. It has nothing to do with basketball. I don't care if he doesn't want to play sports. I just want him to win in life, just like my cousin, my cousin
Not to be a
Ashley. I let her
YN.
move in. I let all my life I let people move in. You don't know that because you don't know me. I let a lot of people move into my house because I don't care. I don't mind doing it. I try to help anybody. If I didn't know you and I asked you if you needed somewhere to stay and I just knew you from the channel, I'd be like, bro, if you need to come stay for a week, do this job so that we can get your own little weekly, go for it. That's what I even did it when I was in Los Angeles. I let driving a wealth poverty ass let him move into I told him he could have moved in my place. That's why it pissed me off, man, when you say selfish. I'm not doing this to benefit off him. I'm doing this to help.
Now,
Y'all just be taking
Mr.
it there, man.
Dennis.
Y'all make me lose my fucking mind with this shit.
So we can get order. Because I don't, I think this is very productive. I think we should ask Wash Truth what is his background because I think we're kind of taking him, or you're kind of taking him like he doesn't know what he's talking about. He said he has a background, and it's like I think we should before we even like pass any type of opinion or judgment, we should kind of get a better understanding of his point of view. So like we have your point of view, we need to see his point of view. This is just like a no different than like yeah, I mean, Washu, if you just want to go in, so then we could just get a better understanding. Because I mean, he's kind of taking Dennis is taking you as just somebody that don't know what you don't know anything, and it's like we need to be fair. We gotta
No,
let Washu.
no. He actually sounds like he knows stuff, but the problem is,
Yeah,
why do this on
but
my
like,
panel? No, wait. If he
mhm.
really cared as a black man, why not reach out behind the scenes? And we could have had this conversation. But the problem is, he's just like everybody else, fucking grandstanding. I don't need none of y'all to tell me shit. I'm bringing in my nephew, who I feel is going to not be able to live just like my son wants to play D1 basketball. So I made the sacrifice to move to this city, move back here, and do this shitty ass job that I could freaking literally go back to Vegas and make hundreds of thousands of dollars sports betting for a living, working for that guy. But I choose to be here because I have to be here because I promised my son something. But other than instead of being away, whatever, not from home dad, and freaking instead of me doing that, I'm here. My nephew, it ain't for nothing other than to help him not be in a position where he's 18. He has nothing to do. He's just trying to figure it out. Just like my nephew who's 20, I'm bringing him here to have guidance to get somewhere and win as a black man. You could have called me and we could have had this conversation if you really wanted to help, but instead, you're freaking sitting here grandstanding saying all this bullshit, knowing that people in the chat can say, oh, you're cooking them. Dude, I don't need to hear that. I'm doing what I'm doing. And now you got Joe Brokey Monday trying to come up here to do the same grandstanding. That's why I flip out. Talk to me with respect. You keep assuming
Okay.
the worst. I'm broke. I can't afford to take care of a kid. I don't know how to take care of a kid. Dude, I fucking raised my daughter at 12 years old from nothing. I did that. I went and I had nothing when I got there, other than like a couple thousand that I bought a car with. That's what I did. And she now is in college, winning. Okay? My son, I took him in, and I got in his life when he was like 11 years old. Actually, 9 years old. And he went from being what he was at one point to now he's this blossoming young man. Okay, I've done this with a lot of people. This is the first time I'm telling y'all about somebody that I'm taking in. That's
Now,
why I
Dennis,
went in.
Dennis, I
I'm
think you
not.
need to understand that we're all black, and I think you need to understand that us black people, we have an aggressive tone because we're strong people. So I think you kind of take what he's saying personally, but Wash Hoops, you got the floor. I apologize.
I
I'm trying to
apologize if I
figure out.
disrespect you, by the way. I
You
apologize, but you
good?
got to
You good? I
talk
can
to me
tell.
like a
I can
man,
tell.
the same way I'm talking to you, man, like a man. I'm never going to call you out of your name. Never going to say that you're weak or you're exploiting. I'm never going to say that without knowing for sure you're doing it. So I ask for the
And
same respect. That's it.
and and you're also using the word grandstanding incorrectly. That's what the chat is saying.
No, okay, whatever it means for somebody that never been on my channel before to come up here with this bullshit, like trying to cook me on something that shouldn't be cooked. Like I'm trying to help
That's the
black
thing, bro.
boys.
That's the thing. That's the
That's
thing.
all that
That's the
should
thing.
matter.
That's the thing. Oh, just get your mindset out of like the way that your channel used to be, where everything was combative and like people you felt like you had to like protect yourself from something. I'm not trying to diss you. I'm just trying to give you like real professional advice from an angle that I truly understand from an educational standpoint and an athletic standpoint. And I've seen the way that you share and the stuff that you've put on this channel. So I understand you with more depth than just a random person that I met at the gym. And with the most respect, you saying that you're going to do all this stuff, coaching the AAU team, you're going to mentor the 20-year-old to be a young man, you're going to put him on, you're going to have him following you around, you're going to be a streamer, you're going to have him following you around the club and all this stuff, da da da. Da. Like, you got to pick a few things and go balls to the wall with a few things. But every time, even on some of these what do you call them? Like the picture that you use for the video, it'll show 7 different things. It's like shit, I'm DJ and I'm finna run up with these 7 different things. It's finna go crazy. It's like you gotta pick some stuff and focus on it, especially once you're talking about these two different individuals at age 14 and age 20 in their lives. Those are two very important points in people's lives to where you're not just going to let the 14-year-old be on autopilot. As much as you say that, that's going to be a disservice.
I get, see, this is the one thing about that too. See, when y'all, it I ain't gonna lie, it hurts with the basketball because this is the problem. Most white coaches never played a lick of basketball outside of high school, and they are literally the best coaches in the world. They're considered best coaches. They
You
never played a
realize that
lick of.
that's not your credential, though.
Hold on, no. Wait. See, you see what I'm saying, dude? You just assume without fucking knowing. That's just insulting. You don't know shit about me. Not
You
understanding, dude.
you
Dude,
said
hold on. Just
yourself you didn't play high school.
I did play. Okay, dude. First off, I played high school basketball. I actually played high school basketball. What happened was I got the first year of my. I didn't make it until my junior year, and I played at a high level. But the problem was my grades. I had to leave the team because of my grades. I had Fs because I didn't have no type of awareness to just get good grades. I had Fs, and then the second year, same thing happened. Um, my
Okay,
senior
no
year.
disrespect, bro, but that is not playing high school. That
Let me
people
let
that
me let me.
played, people that
Okay.
played call those people the people that didn't play. Like
Okay.
you didn't
Hold
fit
on,
the
but
bill.
let me get something. There's college coaches that didn't play a lick of basketball, but they're the best coaches. But the problem you face is
Name me
with
two.
me,
Name me two college coaches that didn't play that are the
dude.
best
Just use
coaches.
Gemini. Just use Gemini and put good college coaches, good
You're just
college
you're just
assistant. Hold on,
you're just
good
making
high
shit up
school.
though. You're just
I'm not
imagining though.
okay.
You're just
Okay, hold on.
imagining that.
I'm not imagining, dude. You can just, dude. You know how many coaches coach without playing college basketball before? They just play high school basketball. Do you not understand? This is stupid. Can you name me two coaches that coach at a college or high school level that played no college basketball?
Oh, we
I think
taking it
Greg
down to high
Popovich is
school?
one. Dude,
We
I
taking it
just
down to
said
high school?
that. Dude, I just said that. I think Greg Popovich didn't play college. I didn't think he played. Buzz Williams, Mark Few. They just named me two. I think Greg Popovich did not play college basketball. And he's one of the best coaches all time. See, this is the problem.
You're moving the goalpost.
Okay,
We're
let
talking
me
about high school. We're talking about
dude,
high school. We're
dude,
not talking
dude,
about
dude,
college.
dude. Let me bring it back around. Dude, I've trained kids my whole life who made it to high school level. A couple of them made it to JUCO. I'm not gonna act like I got a D1 kid in a D1 college. I never got to that point. But you do understand that I have a passion for coaching. I have a passion for training kids when it comes to basketball. I've been doing it for 20 years. Ever since
I
I left high
respect that.
school. I work
I
people.
respect
So you
that.
understand,
And
I
there's
have
a market. There's a
experience.
market for it. But
Yeah,
one thing
but
I think about you and your training and the ability and belief that you have in yourself is that you overshoot, and you could make $100,000 training kids, teaching them how to dribble, shoot, and rebound, and where the lines are and what they mean. But you are selling yourself the idea that you can turn someone into a Kansas State commit or a VCU commit, and that is a false,
what,
it's a false reality that you're
how
that
do
you're
how do you
selling
how do you
yourself.
how do you know?
You're talking NIL deals. You're saying you're going to train
Bro,
kids into
bro,
NIL deals.
how do you know? How do you know if I never did it before? How do you know? If I never had a kid other than my son who I've trained, ultimately my son is where he's at right now because of my training. Okay. He maybe worked with a couple people, maybe a month total. My son is my training. And he doesn't even practice all like that now, the past year. He's half doing it because his passion is all over the place. But dude, like you realize he has people looking at him already? Like, dude,
You're
I know what I'm
you're you
doing.
don't real you don't realize it that you're proving my point by not having a D1 prodigy in the 20 years of your experience. You've been training for 20 years and you never got no one to the D1 level. That may be a sign that that isn't your niche. And I'm not saying that you don't have value, but I'm just saying that you are always trying to be the biggest, the best, the baddest, the loudest, the most boisterous. And sometimes that is not the need. And your
Dude, when
son
have
has
I?
had,
Hold on, wait. See, this. I maybe this is me. Ski, you tell me if it's just me, if I'm overreacting. Why does it? Why do you keep putting bullshit out on my name when I'm literally sitting here? I've not discredited you. When have I boistered anything, dude? I proved track record. Like, look at my son from day one is on YouTube to now. Look at all the kids I've worked with that I have video proof. It's on channels of what I've done. And yes, they might not go to D1, but as long as the kids make a high school team and they get significant playing time, that's happy enough. I'm good enough with that because the kids are happy. I never said that I'm trying to be a college D1 coach, but guess what? I'm good enough to be a high school coach. I'm good enough to give kids enough, delivering a package. One moment. Like this, y'all, you put him in a bad mood, man. This is why I said my stream of consciousness is more important to do these panels because y'all just can't have a conversation without disrespecting me, man. Like I
what
don't
did I
get
say?
why. If
What
you,
what did I say that what
dude,
did I say that
you just said
disrespected
that
you?
you said that I'm trying to boaster, dropping off, or
Do you know what boisterous
okay.
means?
If you don't mind, just take a quick photo here. And then you got the address in the. Oh, here we go. All right, thanks. First, I thought that meant braggadocious, like trying to thanks, boast about your accomplishments when it ain't my accomplishments. It's about what my son's doing.
That's exactly what you saying that. Don't I see how far he's come, and don't I see all the players that you've able to da 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 da. Like you want to say you want to be the number one. You want, as you say, you want to be that
Dude,
guy,
when have
and
I
that's
been? Dude, hold on, no. See, now
your
you're playing
that's
with
your
words. You
phrase.
don't
You're
even
about to
say
get the
that, dude.
shirts. You're
Dude,
about to get the
no,
shirts
I
made. You
didn't.
want to be that
Bro,
guy.
hold on, wait. Of course, on YouTube, dude, you do realize with basketball training, you do realize that there's better people in this city who are trainers who I tried to work with and be the marketing guy for them. I know I'm not the best trainer, but I'm a good trainer. That's the difference. See, this is the problem. You're coming at this trying to make me seem like an egotistical prick. I'm not that guy, dude.
I
I
never, I
literally
never
said from
use, I
day
never
one.
use that. I never
Okay,
use that
so
language. I never use that language.
if you watch this channel, you would know that I've never ever bragged and said that I'm the best guy. What I said is that I see these coaches that are involved with my son because of factors outside my control, and they're making him worse. He's not being
Hey,
utilized
hold on,
right.
hold on, hold
How
on, hold on,
hard?
hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Chad, don't be dissing AP hoops, bro. He really can ball, bro. Don't diss AP hoops.
No,
Chad
but this
diss
is the
AP
point
hoops. I don't
though.
like that shit.
We can agree on one thing real quick. If you have a 6'6" player on your basketball team, you're going to go inside out. That's just common sense. And that's if you look at the video and you go watch the video from his last game, you're going to see that everything that he did we practiced the whole week. And he got to finally do it the last game. And they needed him to do it because they were down 12 points with like 8 minutes left. And they finally gave him the ball every single possession. And he scored every single time with everything we practiced. You know why? Because it was rhythm. He was in a rhythm. It's fundamental because we practiced it. He knew this is what you're supposed to do. And that's all I'm saying. Like he knew that you're supposed to grab the ball high and turn and lay it up or hook it in. exactly what he did. Never brought it down. Little things like that. This is the thing. I know basketball. Now, I don't know offense all like that. I'm not the best at that, which is why I always told people I would be assistant coach because I'm good at training for defense and I'm good at teaching people how to learn how to shoot properly. But here's the thing, dude, you might be better at basketball than me, but I know how to put my ego to the side and let you lead. And I just follow and learn, and I just go and I get more kids to be involved. I never said that I'm freaking this great, grandiose trainer. I've literally said I'm just good at defense. The school of hard knocks. But this is the problem, man. You got to learn, and you got to learn to respect me the same way I respect all y'all. I'm never going to assume any of you guys are something without you guys telling me you're that guy. I don't get where all this negative energy come from. I don't even know you. I don't get why you come in so hostile with like using words instead of just talking. I don't get it.
Bro,
Like
wait, wait, wait,
I
wait.
don't get it.
Was it? Did I really come at you hostile? I really was trying to
Yes.
be respectful,
Every
bro. I
single
didn't.
point that I've started going crazy on, you keep saying things you wouldn't say to a grown ass man. Not trying to say I'm gonna fight you, but you wouldn't say this dude in the chat, this 444 loser, just wrote me 50 messages. I haven't even looked. I just see 50 messages. It shows 50 messages. This is the type of people that I gotta deal with. This is why I stopped doing panels, and this is why I half the time don't want to do YouTube. Could you imagine having people harassing you to a point of sending you 50 messages? They
Can
won't
I tell you
stop.
something? Can I tell you something, bro? Can I like
Go ahead.
just
Go for it.
brother to brother? I saw this channel off of a viral video when I was doing rideshare myself, and I was like, oh shit, let me follow this guy and shit, see how I can get this money, learn something. And then as I kept watching the videos, I was like, oh shit, this channel is not about rideshare. This channel is about everything but rideshare. And I slowly started to see like you engage with people and like the way that you would like kind of create nemesis and shit and have beef.
Great nemesis.
And
Funny.
it's really it does you no good. It doesn't behoove you not to be throwing out more shit that's gonna get misunderstood, but it doesn't serve you in any way to like create these enemies and do all this stuff. And I think that you have more skin in the game or more responsibility to be more accountability to be taken about the state of affairs that are going on right now. And especially at a time like this, like I feel like this has been I thought a chill conversation compared to the conversations you normally have on your channel. I seen a white guy on here tweaking out on you the other day, but even even with this conversation, you acted the same way as if I did the same stuff that that white guy did to you. And all I did was try to talk about something that I know about, not any of these other crazy topics that go on here.
Cash,
And
where you from?
Texas.
Okay,
Okay, hold on.
I want to say Midwest
OG,
basketball
hold on.
isn't
OG,
okay. Go
shout
ahead.
OG, hold on real quick. Shout out to you.
OG, calm down, bro.
Let me just interject real quick. I appreciate everything you're saying. See, this is the problem, Washed Up Hoop. We're black men. Okay, I'm assuming you're black. I shouldn't be allowing white men to come on and disrespect me. See, from day one in this channel, all the white guys come on, like Twiggy and all of them. If I don't do what they tell me to do, then they start treating me like I'm a nigga. Like they literally treat me like they can call me nigga, and they can pretty much just piss in my face if I don't get what they get
Because you
down what
took
they're
them to the
talking about.
cookout. You invited them to the
Yeah,
cookout.
exactly. Secondly, Watch the Hoops. See, this is the problem. See, when this channel started, you weren't here. This channel is a rideshare channel. I was cooking because I was the first one who was being honest about not making money, being a brokey gig worker. And then people
Hold on,
hated that, and
I will say I wasn't there when it happened, but I did watch all those videos. Though. I'm caught up.
yes.
I did see
So
I know the lore of this channel.
yeah. So most of the
No,
reason why people hate me on this channel is because of the fact I wouldn't give up on gig work. Instead of quitting gig work, I was fighting like I'm making all this money. I'm gonna work 20 hours a day. Now here's the situation. Watch Hoops. Why this turned nasty between us and all that is because, dude, we're black men. Anytime somebody's trying to help their family, guess what? That's all that should matter. Secondly, or that's all that should matter, helping your family. Secondly, dude, you literally sat here and we're talking about basketball training this now. You didn't notice because you didn't know the first fight we got, which was years ago. I got pretty much ran out of Wilmington because I got people telling me about the move and this, and I got people attacking me. It was craziness going on. My son, he was playing flag football at the time. I had this white racist like cop trying to take over the team, disrespecting me, and then everybody, gave me their ass to kiss. But long story short, I have been hands-on with my son from day one. Like, I've been there from the start. Now, here's the thing. It's more, and we both know that it's more than just practicing, okay? More than just, it's a lot to it. I practiced with my son at one point, package. I practiced with my son at one point almost every day. Ski was there. Everybody was there. You have a address anywhere? Hi, here you go. Yep. Yep. Do you have a dress I can take a picture of or something?
I think it says 101 on
Okay, I'll take a picture of that. Yep, that's fine.
Yeah, it's
All
kind of hard to see.
right. Thanks. Have a good day. But yeah, pretty much, dude, I practiced with my son 5 days a week. I was in the gym shooting with him for 5-6 days. I was his best friend. He wasn't hanging with nobody but me because I got him to the point of following his dream, which was play basketball at a high level. He was improving like literally by the day. But then I got into it because somebody wanted to take control of the basketball, and it backfired to where now my son is back to playing video games and riding the bike and this and that. But before that, he was all about basketball, and we were practicing shooting in the gym every day, which is what a D1 athlete would be doing. You're taking at least 500 shots a day. He was happy. That's what started this whole basketball fight and argument, which made me look like a clown because I know how to get somebody there. Because guess what? I've been around D1 athletes playing forever. I listened to what they've done to get where they're at. And I tell people that. They've been on my channel.
Well, Dennis,
No, it
to
did
be
make me look like a
fair,
clown because everybody knows exactly what. 1 second, Ski. Everybody knows exactly what I went through. My son was progressing. He was dominating. He was beast moding. And I got cussed out for doing what was best for my son. And I got booted from being his trainer. And guess what? It turned into me being stuck with these kids that I made all the kids that wouldn't have a chance to make a high school team. I got them all there. Or 3 of them there. But the whole point I'm trying to say is this. Dude, I know how to do a lot of good stuff. Problem is, all the black folks in this channel are just so fucking like crab in a barrel. Y'all just want me to be a loser. No offense. I don't know if you're a loser. I'm not a loser. Just y'all see me on YouTube.
That was my
I'm
pushback.
losing. I'm not a loser. I've literally accomplished being broke and having a whole lot of fucking money and having success. And then I go back to being broke for other people. But the problem is, like, you guys think
that's
you
why
come
I
on
say
here and
F them.
beat me like a
My
punching
pushback
bag.
was the
Go ahead, man.
antagonistic people just want to be antagonistic. It's not
Oh.
like you're doing anything to them. You are so self-focused and self-reliant on your own output, DJ. It's really inspiring. That's why when I look at these people hating on you, I'm like, they're just choosing to be mad. What can you do with people who just choosing to be mad but ignore them?
Well, this is what I would say, Dad. I feel like you haven't showed Wash Hoops the proper respect because it's like this, right? If I could put into like a metaphor, you're the director, Wash Hoops is the actor. Whereas like I think Wash Hoops might have been closer to NIL versus you because you come from a different time and you haven't inquired upon his past, his skills, his knowledge. So you're kind of taking him without understanding who he is. You're taking him like he's just someone in the comments that's just talking. Whereas like, maybe you should ask him like, hey, how many people you know that have NIL or what's your background? What have you played?
No, I already know that I already knows he's that guy.
No, no, no.
Like I
It's
see.
not. It's not. No, no. You should have him explain.
No,
So
I don't
then we
have to,
can.
Ski. I listen to his comments. I see how he talks about
No, I
basketball.
mean it's for the show. It's for the show. It's so then
No,
everyone
I
can
get,
know who he is.
I get that, but I'm just with that said,
Can,
Ski. I know
can he
he's
go in about his background though? So because
yes,
I don't
yeah.
know who he is.
Watch hoops. Go ahead and go into your background, but watch hoops. I actually respect your basketball knowledge. I listen to you in the chat, even though you might hate sometimes. I see the good, and when you talk about my son, the stuff that you pointed out, I know you're good at it. But the problem is, dude, I'm just a normal black man like you. You could have reached out to me. I would have asked for your assistance. Give me some training tips. Give me some advice on how to get my son to do this. But instead, now it's like this nasty energy that we didn't have to have. All you had to do is say, dude, bro,
Just
you got
ask.
you got a phone number? Like if you got all this to say, I could have gave you my phone number and we could have
But
been
the thing is this
progressive.
though, but because he's black,
And
you don't want to listen to him. But if it was
dude,
Twiggy,
what
you
are you
listen to
talking
Twiggy for
about?
basketball advice.
Dude, I asked Jerome, not Jerome, the one dude. Remember Sam Mitchell? I asked him to help me. He's a D1 athlete. Dude, I
Yeah, but
literally
no.
asked, dude,
I was just
Ski.
trolling because you literally listen to Twiggy about some damn basketball coaching shit
I
when
listened.
Twiggly doesn't know anything about anything.
But here's the thing,
Like
Wash Hoops, all he had to do was say, if Wash Hoops became respectful, like, I mean, he's been respectful, but it's just, I get it. You feel comfortable talking kind of like a little brazy because that's what everybody does to me on this channel.
But
But the problem is,
I think you should treat him like he's like he's an authority figure. Like I don't think you gave him the right amount of treatment from the beginning, which is you need to
I,
say, hey, you have a reputation here. You're not you're not anonymous. You gotta say,
I mean, to
hey,
be
okay.
I
fair,
seen you.
Ski, he said he caught up on the lore, so he's seen how so many people have came and
Yeah,
tagged
but if
it negative.
you treat a girl like a hoe, she gonna act like a hoe. What I'm
No,
trying
but
to say is you
Only,
treating
only if
Watch
she a
Hoops like a
hoe, Ski.
hoe.
If
I
you
don't want to
treat a
see. I don't want.
woman like a hoe, she still gonna act like a woman, Ski.
No, but this is the thing, guys. I don't want to do YouTube panels if I can't start fresh and people stop being disrespectful. Here's the thing. Watch Hoops. I would have rather had this conversation behind the scenes. He wouldn't have talked to me that same way. Watch. Let's be honest. If we were on the phone one on one, you would not have talked to me that way. You would have talked to me like a man. Like you wouldn't have been
Talk to
like
you,
you're
talk to
arrogant or
you,
you're this or
talk
that.
to you,
I'm
talk
saying
to you what
you would
way?
have
I would
came
have said
respectful.
all the stuff I said, I'd have said to you in real life, man. This is I don't know
But
how
it would have been
many
different. It
teams,
would have been.
I don't know how many
I'll tell you.
teams you've
I
been
don't
I
on,
know.
don't think you
but
would have took that negative connotation you took, throughout the
I
conversation.
tried. I'm gonna stay silent because this is shit
No, it
between
sound
y'all.
no, it just sounds like you being theatric. And the thing is, I think as a black man, you seem like you're a respectable black man who gets it. I think you would have talked to me a
He
little
might
bit
be
more
Mexican.
respectful. No, he's a black man. He would have talked to me more respectful if we would have been on the phone, and I would have took your game. I would have been like, bro, can you come on
You
and
think
maybe
he's
like talk
black?
to
I
my
got
son?
Latino.
I
I
would have
got
I would have asked you
Latino
like,
folks.
yo, can you talk to my son, give him some game? Like I literally Sam Mitchell. I told him like, dude, I take advice. See, the most retarded dumb people don't take advice. They think they know everything. I don't know everything. I took advice from OG, like about not living in a car.
You took
Like
advice from
literally.
Twiggly.
Yeah, I Twiggy. I
No,
took
hey,
advice from
hey,
Ski a
hey,
couple of
but being
times.
real,
I
I'm
take
not
advice. I'm not
taking
an arrogant
basketball
guy.
advice from white people.
I mean, some white guys are
you're
better
gonna
with
miss out on
advice
some
than
good
black
advice.
guys.
Man, you
Yeah, white
tripping.
guys,
You
because
tripping.
this is the point. White guys know the game because this is the thing. I don't know. I might not know offense like the best, but I know the game. Little things I can tell. Like when kids don't have their arms out on defense is stupid. Like to not have your arms out, to not know to
Look at
slide
where
your
you
feet.
from, DJ.
See, he got a stray dog. He knows how to raise a
Listen,
dog.
that's
He's
the only
responsible.
reason I came up.
I'm
The
gonna let
best
Chuck
player
D
in
up.
the
I'm gonna let Chuck
world
D up.
is from Ohio. The
Chuck D say something real quick.
Midwest basketball. Oh,
Let
okay.
me make sure Chuck D is real. Then OG can finish. Chuck D say something real quick so I can make sure you're real. Nope, he left. All right, go. Oh crap. Go ahead, OG. I gotta refresh.
Jay Media said you
I'm
should have took
saying
Brazy's advice.
Midwest basketball is different kind of basketball than the way they play basketball in the rest of the United States. That's why some of the best players come out of the Midwest region. And it's very hard for people who play Midwest basketball with our emphasis on defense, with our emphasis on fundamentals, to explain it to people who just watch Steph Curry, who just watch ISO basketball. Midwest basketball ain't ISO basketball. So that's the frustration I have when I play 2K, is when I play with people who don't, even when I play at the rec, it's just shit like that. There's people who only know ISO basketball and 3-point shots and really don't understand the fundamentals of basketball. So I was gonna say, just stop getting so frustrated. You just come from a higher level tier of basketball knowledge.
And by the way, I apologize.
Yo, I can't hear shit.
You can't hear me?
I can hear you.
Watch Hoops. You might have to refresh. Somebody tell Watch Hoops to refresh because somebody left. Chuck D left.
Yeah, Mr. Wash Hoops, the amazing hustler Dennis says, please refresh so that you can hear him. Yeah, but I really feel like Dennis. I think one thing that may help you in this is
I'm
if
gonna
you
remove
treat
you.
everyone.
I'm just let me tell them this. I'm gonna remove you for a second because I don't want the audio to go out. But go ahead and just come back. Go out and then come
Yeah,
back in. I got you. But go ahead.
I think that maybe you should treat everyone like they're Trump. Treat everyone like like they're a real host. And like, hey, if it gets out of hand, then you say, hey, you give them a warning. Hey, I don't like the way you're speaking. I don't like the tone. Maybe less cuss words. Like, hey, like let's have a productive conversation. I think if you do that, we can get some good content and we can get productiveness if that makes sense.
I don't. It's not even that. It's fake love.
Because
I
I
don't
know he
like fake.
came in high. He did come in high, but it's like kind of like this is your show. You got to say like
Yeah.
you got to
Watch Hoops. Your audio in the background is static. Can you hear him?
Mic check,
Watch
mic
who.
check.
Okay, you're
Yeah,
good now.
he's good.
Watch. Crap. You got a lot of audio and
You,
you got
you you
static
gotta
in the
have the
back.
voice isolation on. Try to put on that voice isolation, like with if you have your AirPods or because he was good. But yeah,
I'm trying
man,
to fix it
that
for you.
voice isolation or
Okay, I got you. So watch. Are you on the beach or something?
he's walking his dog, man. Like
Let me just. I'm gonna mute.
But
yeah.
I'm gonna
yeah,
mute you. I'm gonna mute you. Watch. Just talk. Just unmute when you're about to talk. Look. Look. Watch. I want to just apologize and tell you I apologize for coming at you hostile. But you gotta understand, man. Like I just want to do my channel and just talk conversation. I'm tired of everybody thinking they can just come up and talk to me crazy. Because for anybody to come on somebody's YouTube channel and tell them that they know nothing about something without knowing what their background is, that I just found that disrespectful. And that's all I'm saying. Like, and then you say I don't know how to. I can't raise a kid. You didn't say that exactly, but the way you put it out there, um, you didn't know that I actually raised multiple kids, literally, and they are productive. DJ, can you please answer my question? Why do you always want someone to call you behind the scenes when giving you advice? No, it ain't call me behind the scenes. It's we're black men, and don't act like you're. See, people act. I don't do fake love. I don't do fake love. Don't act like you're coming on here to help me and give me some game or whatever when you could have called me behind the scenes instead of trying to put me on the spot and make me look stupid. Y'all can unmute if y'all want. That's what I'm talking about. That's just fake love. Don't do that. I'm gonna call that out. It's icky and
I,
gross.
yo, is this audio a
I
little bit better?
it's
Yeah, it's
better.
perfect
I
now.
think what Dennis is saying is don't come up thinking like it's gonna be genuine when it's like it's not like fake love. It's just more so like you're trying to make it appear like you're trying to be helpful and like you're
You
trying to do a
know?
compliment sandwich. Not you
No, I'm
particularly,
saying
but
say what it is. A lot of people come up here, throw rocks, and then try to hide their hand. Try to act like they wasn't disrespectful or they didn't say things in a way
OJ,
saying they
OG,
had.
you think I just did? You think I disrespected him in our conversation?
I don't think
I
it was disrespectful or your intent was it maybe disrespect, but it's word choice. It's the way that you approach the subject matter. If you
well,
see
you
somebody,
have to realize, OG, that we're all different blacks. Like Dennis is an Ohio black, he's a Midwest black, and we have to understand we have different dialects. So whatever he says may come across different, but we have to acknowledge that we're all from different parts of the country. So it's like I'm just saying for Dennis, it's like,
to be
hey,
to be
you are
fair,
that
I
host.
would have I would have gave him the benefit of the doubt if he wouldn't have stated that he was caught up on the Lord. So he knows. He knows what he was
What do
doing
I
at that
know?
time.
What do
Hold
I
on.
But
know?
Okay,
his
hold on. Watch. Let me give you an example. Watch, Hoops. You literally instead of we're black men, and
Damn,
you
DJ, I
know
wish
you.
you wouldn't have cut him off. I wish you wouldn't have cut him off because
No,
he's about
I
he's
sorry.
about
I
to get
sorry.
into something.
No, OG. I want you to respond after this. I gotta make this statement before I forget. Watch, Hoops. You know what I mean by YN. My nephew might not be a YN, but you know what happens when you're in an environment that a bunch of YNs are at. You're at a school with a
Yes,
bunch of YNs, so we
yes.
know that. And instead of us playing that, knowing what it is, for us to play dumb like we don't know what that is, like I'm not trying to save them like Fresh Prince of Bel Air. So when you instead of you coming on and saying, "Dude, it's admirable you're trying to do that with your
I said
nephew,"
that.
I'm. But
I said that.
here's the thing: you should have said it's admirable. Um, if I can maybe give you some suggestions to help. If you want, a couple tips on, blah blah blah. That would have been more respectful than immediately calling
Hold
out my
on. And see,
credibility
and
to
that's a
be
great
able to take
example.
care of my nephew and my other
That's
Well,
a
nephew when
great
all it
you
is
example.
gon'
is
Hold on.
all
Real
it is
quick.
is a
you
You
space
you
asked for
gon'
an
in my apartment.
example.
you gonna go
Like
through
some
life. You gonna go through life
okay.
continuously frustrated if you need people to stroke your ego in order to glean information.
Okay,
I
no,
already
see,
told you
there we
that it
go
was.
again.
I
Nope,
already
there we go again. I didn't ask for your
There we
advice.
go.
So
Come
why you
on.
what see this
Stroke
is this
his
is what I mean.
ego.
I didn't ask for your advice, dude. So why are you fucking
I
giving
didn't
me
I didn't
advice? I didn't
I
ask for
didn't
it.
I
You
didn't
came
say
on
you
talking
asked for
about
advice.
how okay,
I
but
didn't
here's
say
the
you
thing.
asked for
Why
advice. I
why
asked you.
why
Oh,
why
I
let
was
me say
talking
asking
about
you
something.
family
questions
Let
situation
me
then?
say something real quick.
This is
Cause
what I'm
this
because
saying. You
that's what
just you
you
just did it.
hold on
because
real
This
that's
is
what
quick.
disrespectful.
because that's what your channel turned into.
Dude,
When this channel
you
was just about hustle, it was
stroke
just about
what
hustle.
fucking ego though? What ego do I need stroked? I'm not doing this to help nobody. You the one
You're
that came up talking
you're
about I can't take care of my nephew. What
no
ego
one said
stroking do I need?
you're
Listen,
gonna
hold
go
on, listen,
back.
but that's
I
my point,
imagine
real quick.
I imagine you're gonna go back and watch this and you'll see that I never said you can't take care of your nephew. But
Dude,
what
I
I
said I
did
can't
say,
take care of myself.
That's between you and God if you can take care of yourself.
No,
You know
you
whether or
said
Hold
not
on,
you can
that.
hold on,
take care
hold
of
on,
yourself.
hold on.
You
See
said
what I'm
that. You said
saying?
I came in here to
Throwing
take care of
rocks and
myself.
hiding his hand. Go ahead, hide your hand now.
You
That,
literally
that
said
was
I
my
couldn't
This
take care
point.
of
is
myself,
this is what
but
I
I'm going to take care of my nephew. That's what you said. And you know
this
you
is what I
shouldn't, dude.
asked you. This is what I asked you immediately when I got on. I asked you, what does it cost? Do you know what it cost? And you said it costs nothing. And then we started to get into a conversation about how you fudge the numbers on important things and are trying to do too many things and overextend yourself. And then we got into the basketball conversation,
Why
which
would I
I
talk
still
about
have
that on my
more.
YouTube channel? Why would I talk
Oh,
about it on my YouTube channel? Who gives a fuck? Are you paying for my nephew? That's the point. Are you paying the audacity? Are you paying for my nephew to be here? What?
You're
the
You're gonna
how
golf,
talk me
the
out of taking
how
care of my
how can
nephew?
you
unmitigated golf.
how can you
You're
get
gonna talk me
emotional?
out of taking
How
my nephew.
how can you get emotional about it when you're the one putting it on the channel? You put
I'm
it on
not
here
getting
pretty much.
emotional. I just don't want you bringing it up, which is why I don't want to do panels. You shouldn't have brought it up. If you're not giving me money to help my nephew, why are you talking about that shit? That's the point. Like, why are you bringing it up
Hold on,
on my
hold
panel?
on.
You
That was
Maybe
my
you
you
got
whole
some
claim
point.
nincompoop.
you
Real quick,
claim you want to
watch,
you claim you want to
watch,
be a
watch.
prominent YouTuber. You claim you want
Now,
your
watch.
channel to
You trying to
pop,
push
but
past
then
it.
you
This was the point I was trying to make. Do you know how pretentious it is to criticize a good thing? Meaning, you said yourself, he's out there doing something good. So instead of
OG.
saying, hey, you're out there doing something good,
OG, the
this is
entire
this.
conversation started with, it is admirable. He got the fucking word from me. It is admirable that you're trying to take in your nephew, both of them at different ages, 20 and 14. That's how this started. When you both of y'all go back and watch this, you'll see that. But that doesn't matter. I don't give a fuck about stroking another grown man ego, whether he like it or not. And he didn't ask for the advice, so he don't got to take it. But this is what I came on here to talk about is the basketball shit. And I don't know why he thinks he's going to do all of those things and coach AAU at a high level. It's too much. It's overextension. And
First of all, there
that's
is
Too
no
the
much for
such
that's the main
thing.
point that
who?
I got
Too
on here to
much for
talk about.
who? How do you know it's too much for me? You're not my.
Hey, hey, hold on,
You
real
don't know
quick.
me. You don't even know me. How do you know
You
it's too
at a
much?
high level is just advertising. If you're
Craziness.
not, if you're not the best in your city, if you're not already in the news of your city, AAU is just a waste of money. Jeff Teague
Exactly.
exposed
I
that.
disagree. I disagree.
It depends on you being an elite athlete. My son literally is he's considered because of his height and his stature, and my nephew would be that. It would be different for them, but not for kids that are like 6 foot, kids that are like 5'8". There's levels to it. So for them two, it's worth me doing the AAU thing. And here's the thing: why is it that it got to be a lottery thing? LeVar Ball said these kids are going to make it to the NBA or they're going to make it to a high level D1. Why can't I believe in my family to that point? Why can't I believe in my son and my nephew? If that's what they want to do,
Talk
they
that
want to go
talk.
to the NBA or go to the NFL. Why the fuck do I have to act and pussyfoot around getting them there if I can? If I can help it and get them there, why the fuck wouldn't I try? That's the
Do
problem
you
with us
know?
blacks.
Do you
I
know
don't know
LeVar Ball's
nothing.
story? Do you know LeVar Ball's story? Do you know how he raised those kids?
I know yes, and I'm not there. I'm not nowhere close. But guess what? There's been other parents that didn't do half of that, and they still help their kid get there. And I'm headed there. My son has the best trainers that I can't even afford that I pay for. He's going to have even more training from professional, from college level athletes. He's going to be shooting around in the gym back to 5-6 days a week. This is all going to happen, or he's not going to get there. That's the point. But I'm going to put him in position to get there. If I have to work all day to do that, I'm going to do that because that's his dream. And then I can go into the sunset and go back to sports betting in Las Vegas for the rest of my life, if that's what I choose. World
Can I
comes
be
to an end,
honest?
money
That's
doesn't
the
matter anyway.
core. That's the core of the hatred, DJ, is your unrelenting support and your unrelenting belief in self. People can't fathom that you still maintain this despite all your adversity. So rather than applaud you, they critique you. And to me, that's just a clear sign of hate.
Like, think about it. I
OG,
got
you
this. Hey,
feeding into the
OG.
bullshit, dog. I
No,
thought you
OG,
was on some
you're
real
right.
shit, but
No, OG,
OG,
you're right.
you feeding into the bullshit a little bit.
Okay,
It's
hold
it's
on,
a little
wait.
bit
You know
upsetting.
why? You know why I got this truck? You know why I got this truck that I said I was gonna get for like the past year? I wanted a Suburban, but I ended up getting a Tahoe for the basketball, so I can put these kids and take them to the AAU. I was supposed to be the actual. I was supposed to have my own AAU team, but my kid mom at the time, she was going through it because she didn't trust me with the basketball because she knows more than me about basketball, even though she's never played before. A guy that had 20 years of experience, 22 years of experience playing basketball and watching
Never
basketball
played
and
a
learning
day in her
basketball.
life.
She thought she was better at making decisions on basketball than I was. Shout out to her. And guess what? We've been on two different teams that has not improved his situation because guess what? He still ain't where he needs to be. Now next year he's gonna be there. And the coaches are good. The coaches were good.
But here's the thing: the bottom line of it, I know best for my son because he's my son, and I know that I'm going to get advice from people who've been there, and that's what I've been doing. I get advice from people who played at a high
Now
level.
can I
I
get my
know that.
little pushback? Buying into the bullshit, a lot of the advice DJs had has had a positive effect in my life. So yes, I bought into quote unquote the bullshit, the belief in self, the belief in supporting your friends through positivity and encouragement only. Like, what
See
is
that
wrong
line
with
right there?
believing
That
in
I was
that?
with you for a second, but that positivity and encouragement only is a little bit false. If you watch this channel, you know that's not real shit.
See, if you watch the
Now I
channel, you
will
would
say,
understand it's real shit.
no,
It's just
we have some
haters taking it
negative
over.
when y'all push him to a point, he is gonna respond. And that's something else I apply. Seeing the black man defend himself, not worried about being stable, stereotyped as aggressive or irresponsible. He only pushes back after immense pressure. You have to admit that. It's not like he wakes up every day and it's I hate the world. It's he's positive, it's nonstop people trying to tear him down, people coming up on the panels trying to tear him down. And guess what? When I see it takes its toll on him, you know what I say? This is a human content creator. This is somebody who experiences life the same way I experience life. And I applaud that.
I don't get why y'all don't see the fact. I appreciate that, OG. Y'all don't understand that I don't think I'm better than nobody. I don't come on here negative. The issue is I come on here like today. I manifest winning, which is why I'm winning, making $300 to $500 a day the past 2 weeks, literally, like running it up. Actually, I'm not gonna say that much. Let's just say I made about 5,000 the past 2 weeks. But here's the point: like everything that I'm doing, I've offered everybody. I'm like, yo, y'all can go get a job at the place
Oh,
I'm
real
at
quick, can I
in
get
both
some
cities.
pushback? I
Yeah.
said AAU is only about advertisement. See, y'all probably ain't in real basketball towns and city. I am where I'm at. In order to play on the varsity team, you had to play on the 8th grade team. You had to do 9th grade JV. You had to do 10th grade JV. You have to be part of this program. You have to learn the fundamentals and how this particular program runs basketball. And it goes all the way to the 8th grade level, sometimes 7th grade. You know, it's in the rec. It's real foundational basketball that's happening throughout this country. Some of y'all only know rec ball. If you haven't played, well, I won't call it academic basketball. I mean, if all you ever did was go to the rec and play, then you don't. What I'm talking about doesn't make any sense to you.
So
Okay, but
OG, let me mention this. Because you're absolutely right. I'm from Ohio. So in some states like Ohio, maybe in Georgia, you have to go from seventh to senior year, and you have to, go and push through that
same
way.
basketball.
But
You running the same place for 9 years. Like that's
yep.
literally how basketball really works.
No. But this is the thing. Here's the thing. Out here in North Carolina, even in California, the states that have the most kids, because Ohio, this is the thing with Ohio. Ohio has good kids, but it's kind of like one dimensional. You got to be invited to a big camp. You got to understand out here, you only have JV and varsity. You don't have freshmen. So you got to understand you have to play AAU because that's one of the only ways to be seen by scouts earlier unless you put up big numbers. Now, most of the schools, if your school isn't good, nobody's going to come watch your games. So you
Well,
have to
most
go
of
to
these
AAU.
AAU teams is some bullshit.
No. The way it works is, I don't know if you've been to an AAU tournament. The way it works is, if you go to you gotta go to the big ones. The player of the tournament gets interviewed, gets pushed, and then on top of that, the teams that go undefeated, the top players get pushed. Like the recruiters come to watch the top teams play, and they
Well,
look
and
to
watch
watch.
if you win the big AAU tournament, you're going to Texas, you're going to California,
No, you
you're
don't get to
going to
go
Indiana.
because you win a tournament. It doesn't work.
No,
What
this
I'm saying is,
I'm saying. These are where
it's
the big
rankings.
tournaments are at. These are where the big.
Oh yeah,
There's not a
you're right about
big.
that.
There's not a
Charlotte, yeah,
big
you're right.
tournament in some of these other. So you're paying $900 plus travel plus equipment for this little small ass school in Tennessee.
No, it
You're
ain't.
not
No, it ain't
going.
that much.
OG,
It's
OG
no, it's
got a
only
point.
$350 for most tournaments. 350 to
OG got
500.
a valid point that leads into why I don't think you need to have an AAU team, DJ. If you really do got a good nephew and your son both that are sizable bigs and are players that could be potentially like poached from their team that they're on now, they need to get on a circuit team as soon as possible. Cause all that local joker traveling around 2-3 hours away and shit, playing people that you live
Yeah, no,
across
you
town
need to be
from,
paying a thousand
that's
dollars.
scam likely.
You supposed to be playing up the entire East Coast. If you paying for AAU and that kind of exposure, like I said, you already got to be number one in your city. You shouldn't be paying for AAU if you're not number one in your city. And second, when you're number one in your city, you're probably not paying anything
That's
but
not.
travel
But that's
because
not. Here's
they
the thing. That's
inviting
not
you
it.
to the team.
But thing is, that's not. You're right. That's not AAU. That's travel ball. But here's the issue with travel ball. You have to have the money,
Are you
but you're not locked
differentiating
in.
those?
No, they are different
Yeah,
things.
but
They are
to a
different.
lot of
Travel
people,
ball
those
and
are
AAU.
synonymous.
AAU, no
To a lot of
AAU.
people,
See,
those are synonymous.
yes, if you have
Yeah,
But
money,
yeah,
because
yeah, yeah,
AAU,
yeah.
AAU,
AAU,
Those are
AAU
AAU is
synonymous.
within.
more like a title. AAU is
No, no,
more
no.
like saying,
No, AAU is local. If you keep your kid around a local, like within like 4 to 5 hour drive, AAU tournaments, like
You
AAU
just
tournaments.
made that up,
Travel
DJ.
ball, dude.
You just
Okay,
made that. You making them
okay,
references up. AAU means travel ball. AAU grassroots.
yeah,
AAU all that is
AAU
travel
is
ball.
but no, but look,
Summer
that's the
ball.
bigger point with
All that is the same
AAU.
thing.
A lot of people just attach AAU to these local tournaments because they're
Exactly.
not school
dude.
And
I
it's not
know
tournaments
it's
nothing
and
to
not.
they're
do. It's
not
not
real
nothing
AAU.
associated with it.
It's not
Look,
a real
I
AAU
get
team.
it.
Yeah, a
I
real
get it. I
AAU
get it.
team
It's
is
all.
travel ball.
I get it. It's all
Yeah.
AAU. But what I'm saying is, okay, I get what you're saying. I know it's all AAU. What I'm saying is, when you're traveling out of state, we out here call it travel ball because you're traveling state to state, and that's a whole nother high level. And most of the kids got to be, unless you pay for it, got to be good enough to be on a travel ball team. Then you have
Yeah.
AAU. They just
Hold
call it
on. To
straight
be
AAU.
fair,
That's locally that you can drive to, and your kid can play it. That's the way
I
they
only
separated
consider
in North Carolina.
AAU the big tournament, the big tournament
No,
circuit. When you're
they
going to
have a
see these,
couple big AAU tournaments that like
They
local
still
ones. They
have
have
big. Yeah.
Rollins,
They still
Charlotte,
have.
South
Well, no,
Carolina.
none of that regional shit you're talking about. The big AAU tournament happens in Florida at Disney, and yeah, that's cool. That's lit. But other than that,
yeah.
it's local joker action, and you're paying. Everybody's paying. There's no teams going to AAU tournaments hosted by actual AAU that are getting a bag from anybody.
No, I disagree because like some of that
Nah,
equipment is paid for. Like especially
nah,
any
live
Midwest
tournaments.
Indiana players know they not like good players from Indiana not paying for travel ball. Everything is paid for. Only thing that's paid for by the family is the mama getting to and
Oh
from
my
the game.
God, shut the
Agreed,
They're
fuck
but
not.
up, these people.
they playing for Indy. They playing for Indy Fire. They playing for Indiana
I
Elite.
had to
They playing
just
for the teams that
fucking
are
run
on the
away.
Nike circuit, EYPL circuit already with having
But that's
contracts.
what I'm saying.
They
Some of
not
these
playing for
states like
somebody daddy who
Indiana
just made a team
got
last
three or
summer.
four. Okay, well I see this is where you start to get into the
Like a big
antagonistic
bad
attacking
dog.
him part. He's
No,
trying to
I'm just
make
making a
a
point. I'm just making a point.
I don't disagree with your point, and again, I think the AAU conversation, and it's also you got to admit it's about parents' involvement. If you're going to be an AAU basketball player parent, it's going to take a significant
Dog
investment in
outside
time and money on your part to help
door.
push that passion. Whether
Well,
whether you
I said that to DJ and he got mad and started cursing. But you're right. I agree with you.
God, I don't, this is the point. It's always why does all that? Why do my panels, my channel, my chat always got to turn into trying to make DJ wrong about something? Always got to be little. Always got to tell DJ how he's doing this wrong, that wrong. Why can't we just chill? I don't get why it always got to be a battle, especially when my numbers get high. Coincidentally, my numbers get high, and I get the most people ever want to come on my panel, and it turns into telling DJ how he needs to do this, that different, this different. I don't give a fuck. My
You know what,
son is going to
Dennis?
play on an AAU team that I am about to form. He wants to do his own AAU team. So I'm going to have my own AAU team, and we're going to travel to places, and we're going to play basketball, AAU basketball. Secondly,
can,
I'm going to
can I say the
continue
Tahoe
training
makes more
my
sense?
son and my
That makes more
kids.
sense.
Yes, I just don't
Knowing
get
that you brought,
why. Like I get. I'm
yeah.
just no energy. I like the reason why I get defensive because all I want is my channel. Look, I said you got it. You're right. Travel ball and AU are different everywhere, but here you have AU. It's called AU. I mean, they just call it AU when you're local within 4 hours. When you're traveling out of the state, they call it travel ball. That's what they do here. Okay, they separate the two. They call it travel because I got yelled at for calling AU when it's they want to call it travel ball even though they're the same thing because you're going to play at AAU tournaments. They all AAU tournaments. But all I'm
They're
saying
not
is,
all AAU tournaments, but whatever. It doesn't matter.
dude, they call
No,
Point.
them
but see,
like, dude,
hold on. That
hold
was
on,
my
wait.
point.
What are they?
Okay.
What are they then? If they're not
They
AAU
hosted by
tournaments,
all. They
unless
hosted
you're
by
talking
all.
about invitationals, unless you're talking about invitationals, which are not AAU tournaments, which is the point. Most of the travel teams go to play invitationals or live only. You know, live AAU, like they call them live AAU tournaments that are like
That's
the
it.
ones
No,
that
That's
he,
it. The thing that I was gonna try to bring up while I was in the chat is that the live period is so important and the money is so important that you are taking on a lot of responsibility when you take on 10 kids' future during the live period. And I'm like, have you considered that?
What are you talking about? If they're already have,
I mean,
they're
hold on.
already
What
on
he's doing
teams
is
and they're
one of
not
them things.
flourishing, why wouldn't I? If they're flourish, if I feel like they're flourish more with me, because I'll put them in the right position and put the right people around them. Why wouldn't I give it that chance if I'm already doing it with other people?
Can I play devil's advocate? On
And
your
what?
side, Wash, I get what you're saying. He's going to be taking them 10 boys into an environment that can jeopardize their future. If you take them into some of these big travel ball tournaments and they play horrifically badly, it is going to leave a stain on their record and their potential scouting future. But in DJ's side, what they're doing now, there's no exposure at all. Nobody's seeing these small teams play other small teams, so that's not good for them either.
I
So there's
agree.
got to
Nobody is watching small teams play other small teams. But my point about Indiana having 4 different sneaker teams and you having to you all you got to do is be good enough to play for one. But none of them sneaker teams is gonna be somebody's pops team that just made that decided he want one unless you plugged in. I'm not gonna act like this don't happen. If DJ had the right connections and abilities, if there was a team in, are you in North Carolina, South Carolina?
I'm in North Carolina, but how do I get my son on one of those sneaker teams if he doesn't have no awareness because he's not being played
First of all,
properly?
he
He's
got
not
all the stats.
dominating like he should dominate.
He got
No,
the
no,
Let me
no, no,
stats,
OG.
DJ.
This is what I mean, OG. This is what I mean by this is what I mean by people don't understand. I know all this already, but I want more advice about it.
no. You gotta
My
you gotta
son
let me
can't be,
you
dude.
gotta let
My
me
son
let me
don't
just let me
have
get this off.
stats. Go
Let me
ahead,
get this
go ahead,
off. You worried
go
about
ahead.
stats. I'm not talking about stats.
I
What
didn't
I'm saying
say
is
stats.
that a way that you
Go
can
ahead, go ahead.
accomplish a way that you can accomplish what you want to do is that if you had the connections to say any sneaker team, whether it was a Puma team, a New Balance team, anybody, whatever, and they're based out of a bigger city in your state, and you can make a connection with them and say, I want to start a 16U under you guys' name in our city, and we want to play, and we'll set up the contract, we'll get the money, we'll do what we need to do, but you can use the name. You can have the name so that when you go to all these tournaments, you're not getting put in the back gym. I can tell you from firsthand experience, if you don't have elite, it doesn't even matter about the name of the team all the time. If you don't got an elite guy sometimes, your ass is getting put in the D gym.
You
And
got to have an elite guy.
you'll be
Yeah.
I
But
lucky
see,
if
I mentioned it.
Appalachia State comes in that
but, but,
motherfucker to
I
fucking
but
eat his
this is
hold on,
fucking
when
wait,
I'm
lunch.
wait,
saying
wait.
stats. Hold on, real
But
quick,
here's the thing.
DJ.
I
When I'm
mentioned
saying stats, I'm talking about your son's physical attributes. Most of them teams you tack to are just going to want to poach your son. They're going to
True,
take your son and
true,
train him and see what he can do because your
true.
son has
Facts.
amazing stats.
It don't matter about how much points he get on this team because they gonna get him to another level. He gonna do what they need him to
Yeah,
do.
they just
That I
want to
okay.
agree
see.
with.
Wait,
They want to get their hands on your
here's
son.
okay. You know, this is the crazy thing. I have a guy who, once again, is more qualified than me. He's actually a recruiter, and I also have another guy who's actually his son is on the basketball team, the AAU team, who's actually 25 years experience as a JUCO coach. I found out the past week that he's that guy, and this guy already offered to be a mentor. He literally his name is all over. He has a D2 coach, but his name is all over courts, all over what you call it, New Brunswick. But here's the point, North Brunswick. Here's the point. Um, he even mentioned that. I know the game about the whole backcourt thing, but you got to understand, my son, the reason why we want our own team is because I get all that. I don't want to go under a company because I don't have the resources and I don't have enough talent to do that. I don't want to put myself in a situation with expectations. So my son, with his team that he's going to have, is going to be him and his team that he wants. They're going to continue going and playing. But the thing is, until he gets enough, I get enough elite guys that can muster up with the good teams. I'm not wasting time doing all
I'm
that.
saying
We're
your
just going to keep
son
it
got to
simple.
understand he's the star of the show. If it's your team, you're gonna have the
That's
biggest
the point.
investment. So your son got to understand that the team got to. That is the good thing to me about what you're trying to do is that you're creating a way where you can make your son the star of the team. That is what LeVar Ball was doing with the Tino Hills team. He had his game plan for it. He was being
It's easy to make your son the star of the team when they number 1 and number 3 and number 5 in their class.
No, but that's the point. He's not going to get there if he
But ain't your
doesn't get.
son in the 8th grade? Your son ain't even in the class.
No. My son was supposed to be in the 8th grade, but he didn't want to go back. He's in the 9th grade now. This is the point. See, the
He should
kids
went
don't.
back.
But the kids, I know, but he didn't want. But no, the kids don't pass the ball like they should. They should like immediately as soon as they get the ball, and he has an ISO, he has a mismatch. That ball should be passed to him right away. But the problem is, kids don't know how to play fundamental basketball, common sense basketball. Like the one game, they were up by 8 points with 2 minutes left, and they lost. For them not to know for the like I know it ain't the coach's
But
fault.
that's
It's
what
the
I'm
kid's
saying.
fault.
You're from the
No,
Midwest.
no,
You
but
play a
just hear me
different
out
kind
on
of
this one point real
basketball.
quick. But just hear me out on this one point. They could have went 4-0 in their last tournament. But I get it. I can't blame the coach. It ain't the coach's fault. But for them to be up 8 points with 2 minutes left, like I would have, if a kid shot the ball without holding that ball, he would have been taken out the game immediately. For the 5 starters to have stayed in the game and blown an 8-point lead with 2 minutes left to a team that they were literally up by 12 points with 3 minutes left was some nasty work. And that would never happen to
DJ,
me as coach.
that's my
But the
pushback.
problem is,
That's my push.
go ahead.
Your son is the biggest person on the court every time I watch him play. He's damn near
No,
the
he look.
tallest
If
three.
you watch the
He
last
should.
OG, if you watch the last game, you will see what happened. That last game was advice from the coach, the coach that the 25 years plus coach gave that advice. Give Aiden the ball in the post every fucking time, and he did that. And go watch the last game. AP Hoops channel. Go watch the last game.
I don't
He
know.
literally
That's
got the
what I'm
ball.
saying. That's why I
He
wouldn't be
made
letting my son play
17 straight
ball wherever you got him
buckets.
playing ball at. Because whoever that coach got to have a son on the team. That's the only problem with this
No, he
rec
has a
ball.
son on the team, but he's not a favorite. Son doesn't get
He's
PT
not a
because
good
he's
player.
a son.
But he put
No,
his
he is a good
son
player.
in.
He
That's
actually
why.
can shoot. No, the coach is a college level athlete. He knows what he's doing. The issue is it's chemistry. A lot of it is kids don't listen. But he's a good coach. He just, like, my son needs to be the focal point because he's the 6'6" guy, taller than every single person out there. And if he goes to the elite level of competition, he's going to get cooked because he's not going to be used to playing and being that focal point. All the 6'6" guys on most teams are going to be the focal point. They're getting the ball
Yeah, they're
like
gonna be
freaking
the focal
20
point.
possessions. They're going to get the ball and everybody moves out the way. My son hasn't had that luxury yet because he's on a team, for the most part, that kids think that they're on this level. But they're not. I'm sorry. Like, he's 6'6". He could just turn and make a layup over most
Yeah,
kids.
can
Most
your
games,
son dunk? He just
yes,
not dunk. He's
he
supposed to
dunked.
just be dunking on the little
Yeah, he
white
got his
boys
first dunk
in
the
North
last
Carolina.
tournament.
That's how you make it out of North Carolina, dunking on the little white boys. That all they do is shoot. That's the only way to make it out of North
He started
Carolina.
dunking last year, and I told him, like, I'm out there dunking on those little kids, and I'm shorter than him, but it's about experience. I'm trying to get him the experience to start dunking. Watch the Hoops. I'm sorry, man. I just can't control myself, man, sometimes, because you got to understand, Watch. I sit here, and I break down
Very
stuff. I
passionate.
give game, passionate, and it just sucks that people just discredit everything I say, and they feel like I'm asking them for some advice. I didn't ask nobody I just came on to talk about how, and let me get back to that, and then I want y'all to address this. Y'all manifest losing, I manifest winning. And what I mean by that is I'm winning having both of my family winning with me. It ain't gonna hurt me to have 2 individuals. If I gotta work, I haven't worked more than 8 hours a day, 6 days a week or 7 days a week since I've been back. I haven't had to. So it ain't gonna hurt me to work an extra 4 hours a day to
You
make
don't
an
want
extra.
to though.
No, see? You see what I'm saying? That's what I mean. You see how that you manifest and
You
losing. That's a loser
no, but
mentality. Why would you say I
you
don't
said
want to?
you said that on the channel. You said like you're kind of getting fed up with this job. They're giving you the
Dude,
bullshit routes.
dude,
Like you ain't trying to be driving all
dude,
day.
who cares about that? I got my nephews might be coming. I work 28 extra hours. You see what I mean by y'all manifest losing? Why would I not care about working 28 hours extra a week if that's gonna allow
See,
me to
this
freaking
is a dangerous. It's a dangerous
it
thing,
ain't
bro. That
dangerous. Okay,
you going off of
how
your
many hours did I
adrenaline.
working? No, it ain't no adrenaline.
You saying all this right now.
Ski. How many hours did I work in California every single day? And I was on live streaming every day.
A lot of hours. I wasn't counting.
Like 12
Like all
hours a
day, all
day. And I
night,
wasn't
all day,
tired.
all night,
And I was on
back to
stream. I
back.
was doing 10-hour streams every
And
day.
the worst
Every
part
day. I
is
never took a day off.
you had a baddie right beside you and you told her to leave you alone because you wanted her to work. So if you wasn't getting distracted by the baddie, and right now you have no baddie like that's close to you, I believe that you can do it because you had that baddie. Like, I mean,
No, it ain't
you
even. No,
told
it ain't
us.
even. No, it ain't
You
even
told
that.
us that you told the baddie like, yo, let me work, let me work.
No,
Like,
it
you know,
wasn't that.
I'm just
You're gonna
yeah.
get me in trouble. I don't want to fight with. It wasn't that. It was that I had a woman
No,
who
no, no,
makes
no.
good
You was
money.
really passionate about working and you didn't want
Yeah,
nothing from her.
she wanted to just look out and pay 50-50 and this and that, and then I don't work as hard, but I didn't want that. And I worked 12 hours every day to make me the happiest. It ain't break my body down. I didn't feel like I wanted to die. The problem is you came on my channel when I've been at my laziest, I'm working smarter. I've literally been making a killing sports betting and doing a little bit of delivery job for the past like freaking 10 months. I'm winning.
Can I
So why
respond?
would
Can I
I?
respond? I believe in the
No.
manifesting positivity because, like I said, it's worked in my life. I've seen the changes. The more I've been positive focused, the more I've had positive results. So you said you're getting the Tahoe, you got the Tahoe. I see you making these claims, willing it into existence, and then everybody's saying, "Look, look, look, look." I'm like, okay, maybe the first two times it was luck. We don't like time 50. The Tahoe was like the 15th time that you just said something was going to happen and you made it happen.
What about the
Eventually, people
apartment?
got
Remember the apartment by April? OG, what about the apartment?
come on, come on. So I'm like, eventually, people got to start accepting when you say you're going to make something happen and then it happened. It wasn't luck. It was your will, determination, and to me, the most important factor, which is believing in yourself. You know, you try to manifest 20 things, DJ, 17 of them come right, and all they say is, let's talk about the other three. And that's why they're having difficulty manifesting the positive changes that they want in their life.
Yeah, and like OG, I woke up in the morning one day, like this was like 4 days ago. I woke up and for some reason I had a dream of my nephew both living, like both in my living room, and my nephew like going to a game at Duncan and like being like ranked with my son. I had that dream for some reason, and I woke up sweating, and I'm like nothing. This is like a week or so. I'm like nothing. But then like a few days later, I had another dream of my nephew being in the streets and something bad happened. And I woke up like, oh my God. And I'm like, God got to be giving me a message. God got to be giving me a message. And at that point, I
He's
said,
telling you, you got a choice. You
and it
either
ain't,
going to
I'm not
make a
saying my
positive
nephew's going to,
change.
yeah.
Yeah,
I'm not saying
come
he's
on.
going to, I'm not saying he's going
We
to, I'm not
see
going
the
to say,
news, DJ. We
yeah,
see the
I'm not
news.
saying,
I think you need to put this in your documentary.
Ain't but so
but
many
the thing
options
is,
for a
I'm
YN
manifesting
right
them.
now.
Yeah, and I'm manifesting him winning. Like, why not? Like, if I can be a contributing part of him winning in life, why would I not do that? It ain't cost me nothing. And I hate that we're talking about money when it comes to potentially
But you know what they
helping
fear about
somebody.
that?
What?
You help him, he comes successful. It's just something else you can take, I think, good credit for because you had the belief in the faith, and they don't want that attached to your name. For
They
some
just want to see me
reason,
lose.
and they want to see everybody attached to you. I think it's a very negative psychosis, and that's why I like that you go live because the more you continue to manifest your own positivity, the more it banishes their darkness.
That's it. And that's what I don't want. No, if you can't be positive, don't come on my channel, man. Or if you can't
And
like give constructive criticism in a respectful way, don't come on here, man. Like watch. I would literally, if you came here and watched one day randomly and said, hey, I'm about to go buy me a trailer, food trailer, and I'm about to try to like make it happen. I would be like, bro, congratulations, man. Like, I mean, I do marketing. I mean, if you need a flyer or
Why
something,
did you just
I can
imagine that shit? I would never do no
because
shit
that's
like
what I
that.
see.
Don't
See
imagine
what I'm
no
saying?
shit like that for me.
No. You see what I mean? You see what I mean? This is why I don't fuck with.
you,
No offense. Watch. This is why I don't fuck with you type of niggas, dude. I just said something positive. You see how you make everything fucking what? You're beneath having a food
Now,
trailer.
come on, Watts. That was some nigga shit to do.
That's the
I
That
mean, the
was
whole
point.
some
thing is
crab.
no, but the whole thing is this: so you guys are not respecting him because, like, imagine you said that to Shaquille O'Neal. What do you think Shaquille O'Neal's gonna say? You think Shaquille O'Neal's gonna be like, "Oh, thank you for the food truck offer"? Like, as you can tell, or
Dude,
you
it
guys can
was an
sense.
example. It was an
Shaq
No, but
don't
the thing
turn
example.
down a business deal. He'll like that shit.
It was an
But
example. That was
I mean,
super. That was
I mean,
freaking
it's not a
pointless.
look. Okay, put it like this, right? So my dad told me go get a CDL. I'm like, why would I go get a CDL if I've been in college for like 8 years?
No,
Like, what type of
ski.
sense
That
does that
wasn't the
make?
ski. That
But the
wasn't the
thing is this though,
point. I was just
he's
throwing
not
out
a
anything.
yeah. But the thing is this though, you tell a bum to go get a food truck. You tell a bum with no future, hey man, the best thing you can do is sell a damn hot dog. We can
Okay.
just tell
Okay.
that watch
Watch it
troops
up.
play some damn basketball. And Dennis, how would you
First
feel if
off,
someone told
Okay.
you?
food trucks
No,
are
no,
seeing
but no, but
60% more
I don't
success
care. I
than
don't
brick
care.
and
Oh,
mortar restaurants.
Dennis, how would you feel if someone told you go get a food truck and drop your NIL team?
I
Like
didn't tell him to get a
stop
food
being a
truck.
coach. No,
Wait,
but the thing
Ski.
is, no, but
I
why
didn't
would he be happy about you telling him go get a food truck?
Ski.
That's equivalent to. Mhm.
Ski. I didn't say that for that. Ski. All I
I'm
was
sorry for
saying was
bearing a false
okay.
witness,
Okay,
but you said what you
if you
said
get
was
a Lamborghini,
positive.
if you get a Lamborghini, if you go buy yourself a Lamborghini, then if you need me to like freaking take some pictures randomly, you want to walk in the club and nobody would do it, and you're in my city, I'll take pictures of you in front of your Lamborghini. That's a beautiful car. I like taking pictures.
Yeah,
That's
but
the point. Like I'm just saying,
I
why
twisted the
can't we just show
narrative.
love?
I twisted the narrative, but like if you telling the man go to Family Dollar, go get a damn grill and go start a food truck, I don't. It's like, yeah, like that is positive by technicality, but like if this man says, okay, I played some basketball, why don't you just say, hey, if you wanted to start a team, I'll support you in that. But instead, it's like
Positive by
you,
technicality
you,
is the most
no,
bullshit
it's
comment
technical.
I
It's
ever
technical
heard.
positive. But if you come up to me talking about, hey, yo, go get some hot dogs, go start grilling, I'm about to look at you like, dude, like you not taking
Ski,
account
I
to
was
who
not
I
telling him.
am.
I wasn't telling him to do nothing. He knows more basketball than me from what he said. So why would I suggest in the back? I'm just throwing an
But
example
why
out.
would you give him that example of him go get a
Ski,
food truck knowing that
ski.
like food truck is
It was the
just
ski. It was the most simple example. Does a
it was an
Lamborghini in
example
this
and I twisted the
conversation make
narrative.
sense?
Mhm.
Yes. Does
I
a
think I
Lamborghini
think it
make
was a
sense?
better example than
To
saying
use the
go have
Lambo.
your own 6'6" son, because that's all this boils down to. He knows you have a
Yeah.
son
You
who
know what,
has
that's fair.
incredible
You should have
talent
did it. You should have
potential.
did apples to apples and said, why don't you have a 6'5" son and I'll support you in your dreams. Boom. But like you told the man to go to Family Dollar, get some charcoal, get the BBQ hot dogs, that's fake hot dogs, and tell him go
Look,
out
now
there and
look,
I'm gonna
I
support you.
will
Why would you
say,
support a man being a bum?
I
I'm
will
not
say,
Wait, hold on.
saying
Hold on. Wait. Now you see, this is why I'm out there. This is why my channel
I
was
twisted the
took.
narrative.
No,
But
no, no.
I'm
Like,
just
look
trying to
at
say
the
that's how
chat.
I would take it.
TVL. Put no offense, TVL. Put the cock back in your mouth, Bobby. You can take that cock that he got in his mouth and you put it up your ass. This is what I'm talking about. How did I disrespect this dude by saying an example of if you got a food truck? Okay, fuck the food truck. If you opened up a store and you want me to freaking just come up with some flyers, if you don't want to pay a guy because you want to save a couple of dollars, then hit
it's
me up.
called dealing
That's
with
what we're
the
supposed to do.
hypothetical. Just
I was just
deal with the
throwing out
hypothetical.
I was
I'm
wrong for
here
that,
for you.
and
Just
you
like,
know my
just
issue is
like, hold
I
on,
would
wait, because just give me 1 second, Ski. Please give me 1 second. This is the
I
reason why.
apologize.
Watch. This is the chat right here. This is why I don't run this channel no more with the people here. All I'm doing is trying to be positive, and I can't be positive. Y'all open up a can of worms. Y'all you come on. I gotta allow you to just disrespect me by saying things that would be considered disrespect. I gotta allow it for me to be liked, and then I gotta have people talking about like freaking like I'm trying to bully you when I'm not trying to bully nobody. I'm just all I came over here to say is my nephew or both my nephews might come to town. That's it. It should have been positivity, especially from black men. Okay, not enough of our black kids have father figures in their life. Fuck me trying to give my nephew a father figure because he doesn't have one. Who actually works every fucking day, who pays his own fucking bills, who has a
First
car,
off,
apartment,
fuck
who has
me is
money, who has
crazy.
no
It's
criminal justice,
crazy.
who not no criminal record, who fucking doesn't threaten people, hasn't shot nobody. Shame on me to want a freaking positive role model in a young black kid's life and put my money where my mouth is. Me for that. Without everybody going crazy. And I got now watch troops want to come up and make me second guess doing that. For some reason, I don't have enough money. And then second guess training and working with my son with basketball, knowing that I'm in North Carolina, Wilmington, North Carolina, and I can only do so much. He just
Bro,
not getting, didn't get invited on
you
travel teams.
misinterpreting what I'm saying, bro. I never said you shouldn't take in your nephew. I said it was admirable, but I'm just saying that you should consider all of the things that it's going
It
to
should be
take
no
and some of
but.
the things that
No, it should be no but. We don't need no but. I didn't come on here for
Hey
your
yo.
advice. I'm doing it. There should no be no but. Watch the hoops. If you said you're taking your niece in or your nephew in, you say I'm taking my nephew in, and it's gonna be hard, but I'm gonna make it work. Audacity for me to say, bro, you sure you got the money to do it? Bro, you got transportation
The
to do it, you got time to do it.
unmitigated gall.
That's nigga shit. Fuck, I'm gonna say
That
bring your
is.
niece and nephew
That's
in, dude.
nigga shit. God damn. It's
I
like
don't want
how
that in
dare
my
you
vicinity.
how dare you attempt to be a blessing in another black man's life for absolutely no
Crazy
reason.
work. Crazy work.
Well, I want to say I
Like I'm
apologize for
unfit to
twisting
be
the
next to a
narrative.
kid. No, you good.
And
But
Like
to
I'm
be
unfit to raise a kid. Every single kid around me is winning. There's no kids that done crime, no kids that are failing, no kids that are bad around me. My daughter came on and told y'all what she was before I got in her life, but
okay.
I didn't have to take
Since you saying that
her
you've
in.
committed to this already, have you committed to getting the kid his own room?
We don't have to do that right now because first he has to make a decision if he wants to stay here. First, I got to get
No, no,
him
no.
here.
But I'm saying you have decided that like if he says yes, you're willing to do it. So I'm asking, have you committed to like you're gonna get him his own room?
If
why
he
he can't
decides to
sleep in the
stay
living
here,
room? Why
If
can't
he
sleep in the
decides to
living
stay
room
here, he's
until they
gonna
move
stay in
into
the
a bigger
living room
place?
until I move into a bigger place. Absolutely. OG, I said that. Literally, I already said that. He doesn't have his own room. We're not bougie over here. He's going from
That is,
Youngstown,
first of all,
shitty
that is
You
Youngstown,
mean
not. No,
to
what he's
you
Wilmington.
mean
trying
a
to do.
weekly,
Listen, no,
a
no, but
weekly
listen. Let
to
me
an
tell you what he's
apartment,
trying to do. He's
a
trying to
weekly to an
tell you.
apartment.
Oh,
He's
that's
trying to
the
tell you
older
there's.
nephew.
No, he's trying to tell you there's a paywall to a good deed. That's what he's telling you. He's like, yeah, you can get him out of
I think we need
Youngstown,
to
which is
stop putting
hold on.
words in his mouth
First
because
of
I
all,
put words
y'all
in
ain't from the
Washington's mouth by
Midwest.
accident.
Y'all ain't
So
from the Midwest. Youngstown is a crime-ridden place. It is not a good area. I
everything
don't know
from
if y'all.
Youngstown is trash.
It's not trash. It's just
I understand that he may be in a bad situation, but all I'm saying is that there are certain
hold
parental
on. Anything
standards
is
that you're gonna
better.
have to meet once you bring them in. And I'm asking you, like, are you already decided that you're willing to do that stuff? And the answer is
No, I
yes,
didn't.
if you're willing
No,
to
I
do
didn't.
it.
No, I didn't
He's being
decide. He has
raised
to
by a
come.
single mother. Like,
He
what's
has
worse than that?
no. My sister is good, but
What's
here's the thing.
what's
He's
worse
gonna.
than that?
Don't do
Okay,
do the single mother disrespect on here, bro. Don't do that while I'm on here. That
Yeah.
shit played
it's
out.
not disrespect.
Oh
It's
no,
just saying
it actually,
single
I don't.
motherhood is
I
not a
don't respect
My,
single
positive
my, my
thing
mothers.
whole thing is this because
in
he's a
young black
man,
men's
he
lives.
can't raise a kid. But meanwhile, this woman that can have 4 or 5 kids, she can raise a kid. But Dennis over here, a whole man. Oh, you might not be fit, but you're not gonna say that to no woman though, knowing that she's over there in weeklies and stuff. You're not saying anything to her. So what I'm trying to say is, as
When
a
does
black man
sexual
can raise a kid.
What do you
responsibility?
mean?
When does
She's
sexual
not in. She's not in
A, bl-
question. She's not on
no,
live talking
no,
about
no,
her
no.
life. She's not in
No,
question.
we're not dissing
Once
no
you
man raising no kid. We're not dissing no man raising no kid. We can't diss no woman raising no kid. We're not going to say Dennis can't raise no kid. When Dennis
no
hasn't
Yeah,
been
you
reported to
got to be
no,
CPS,
fair across
he
the
has
no
a
board.
one has
You
job.
got
no
to
He
one
be
has
has
a
fair
said
across the
Tahoe.
board.
no
He
one
has
has
a
said no one
Tahoe.
has said Dennis can't raise a kid, but I did ask and he never answered. Are you going to get him his own room?
Hold on, guys.
Does he have
Guys.
What
his
does
own
that
room right
even
now?
matter?
No,
That's
He
like
All
might not have his
saying
own
right,
room
all
right
right.
now.
that's like saying
No. He does. No.
what are
Dennis,
you
He
get your
don't have
guard
his own.
dogs. Dennis, get your guard dogs.
I'm
DJ, get
sorry.
your guard
I'm
dogs.
sorry.
Guys, hold on,
I'm
wait.
sorry,
Let me
but
answer that
Get your
he don't
guard
question.
have his
dogs.
own room right now. Dennis,
No, guys,
does
he's
he have
going.
his own room right
Hold
now?
on, wait. Let me answer
Down,
that question.
Does he
dog,
wear his
down.
own shoes? Does he
Guys,
have
let me
his
answer
own
that
Down,
question.
dog,
socks?
No,
down.
guys, we're talking about
he
the older.
ain't even
No,
got
the
his
older.
own room right now.
That's
The
exactly,
older,
nigga. This
the
is
older,
shit I'm
the
talking about. He
hold on,
don't have his
wait, the
own room
older,
right now.
the older nephew does not have his own room now, and the
What
younger
about the young
nephew,
one?
he has his own room. But here's the situation: if he decides to, I'm not gonna get a freaking 2 bedroom. He might not come and stay for good, for school. I'm gonna wait until my nephew, if he says he wants to stay, then I would upgrade to a 2 bedroom. My older nephew, he's getting his own place. I told him he's gonna be good in 2 months. He's gonna get his own place. That's the game plan. My younger
The
nephew might not want to
positive
stay.
of
But Dennis, I thought
being
they were in the
outside of
weekly. So how does he
Youngstown.
have his own room in the weekly?
No, it's two. They got two different moms. I got two different sisters. The one sister with the younger kid, and the older sister has the older kid.
Watch. What we're saying is because this is the stance you're taking.
Guys, I gotta call the
It just
mayor, so I'm gonna
it
let y'all rock out. I gotta call the mayor. All right, I'm
Tell
gonna
the
let
mayor I
y'all
okay
said
listen.
hi.
because this is the issue. You're saying can he put the child in the best position he can be? I'm just saying if he's willing to take sacrifices to put the child in the better position, better doesn't have to be the best, and that's the pushback I have with you, Watch.
I respect that. That is a true statement, but I think that there's a base level, there's a floor level that like you don't go from piss to shit. We got to get out of all of that at once. So if he's going from a situation where he doesn't, or where he does have a room, I guess apparently, to a situation where he's living in his uncle's living room, that is I mean, even if you're in a safer environment, that's not ideal. And when you talk
Now
legality
hold
of
on.
like being a
The
parent,
safer environment does play a part. You got to admit
no, no,
that
no. That's
his life.
I'm that's good. A safer environment is good. But what I'm about to say is that there's a legality of guardianship and being someone's parental figure, and part of it is they need a door that closed on some legal shit. I know the
Actually,
channel
no,
not
it's
big on
not.
laws.
It's actually about how many heartbeats per room per square inch of space. You don't actually have to have doors in your house at all. That having doors is not a legal requirement. He has if he's staying in the living room, he can't occupy that living room with more than two people because
Man,
of the
all I
square
gotta say
footage of
is
space.
it beats being homeless, and if he got a roof over his head, that's all that matters. Dennis doesn't have any charges. He hasn't been reported to CPS. I think he's a great, ideal guardian versus to the situation that he described right now, saying like,
I'm not
"Hey,
gonna lie. Yeah, you're talking like Dennis is his drug dealer uncle, and as soon as he moves out
exactly."
there. He's gonna have
No,
them
no,
out there
no,
selling
no, 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 no,
cocaine,
no. I think
and
y'all,
it'll
I think y'all use criminality as like a baseline, and
I
DJ
do.
does this all the time. He uses criminality as like a baseline of like, well, as long as you're not a criminal, then like we got them to shit on. And I know a lot of people that are criminals that are better people than people who claim to not be criminals at all. And the people who claim to not be criminals just do crime and haven't gotten caught. But yeah, I think that y'all are perpetrating a bad stereotype about just because someone hasn't gotten caught committing a crime that they are quote unquote good, and if someone is a criminal they're quote unquote bad, regardless of what
well,
color they are. And
Well,
some
well,
of us are too fucking old on
hold on,
this
Ski, hold on,
panel
Ski,
to
because he's
go for
talking to
that
me
type
like
of logic.
he's very smart, and I think what you're doing is implying the banality of criminality has some good to it. So what you're saying is you can be a criminal and a good person. You can be a criminal and a martyr, and those two ideas cannot coincide. The criminality
I
aspect
agree.
removes you from the potential of any goodness. See, and that's why, and this is coming from somebody who's very pro-black. I probably would say the most pro-black y'all might ever encounter. The only affliction of black people at this date and time, outside of racism, is the propensity for criminality due to the conditions that we're in, the lack of people willing to take a chance and put us in better positions for better opportunities. And
And
that's what DJ is trying to do. He's
to
trying
be
to give his
honest,
nephew a better opportunity, something that is lacking in our community. That's why I'm a big pushback on we don't critique a good thing. If somebody's feeding the homeless, I don't give a damn if they got a camera out. They're feeding the homeless. You don't unless you're going to go out there with 30 more hamburgers. Don't critique when you see a good thing coming.
yeah. Well, my whole thing is this though, like the people in jail, because I see all these YouTubers and they always be saying some dumb shit like, when I went to jail, I learned how to clean up. I got my GED. It's like, bro, you only got that stuff because people force it upon you. So, but I mean, if we go in then it's not a criminal on paper. I mean, the white people, they run the court system. I mean, what pushback would they have to say
You
that
realize
you
that
cannot?
you realize
Mhm.
that this same 14-year-old that we're discussing right now, like the language you just used to describe a nigga in jail that's probably 19 and it didn't have it all figured out because he
We're
was
talking
living
about
in a
we were
tough
talking about like
situation.
30, 35 years old,
No, no, no,
like
no.
It
I'm
doesn't
saying
matter. It
say
doesn't
the
matter the
part.
age.
No,
It doesn't matter the
say the
age. My
part
point
that you
is,
left out. That 19-year-old who didn't have an uncle who was like, "Hey, come stay in my living room. Come see something outside
exactly.
of this
all
That's
of that
way
stuff
better.
disturbing place."
is exactly. All of that stuff is admirable. All of that stuff is important. But there is a baseline that this can go worse. Just because you get here doesn't mean automatic success. And that's what I'm talking to DJ about, is about what his plan is, what his goals are, what he has set up so that someone who's 14 years old and has nothing but idle time doesn't come here and make a mess of what was supposed to be a good thing. I think it's being a little bit what do
Now,
you call it? Like on the video game where you like try to like simulate it.
Disingenuous.
No. You
no, I
just
think he's saying
you
kind of.
simulate success. Like if you just assuming that because if he
The
gets
best
here,
case
it'll be a
scenario.
better
Best case.
situation, and the simulation will be positive. We won that game. I just simulated through the season and we won. But I don't know if that is true. In real life, you can't simulate through the season. You have to play every game. You have to play every down. You have to go to every practice. You have to go through all the ups and downs. And I'm
One shoots. I
I
think
yeah, you
his
cut
audio
out
was cutting.
watching. Damn, you were about to hit your major point. I was
I mean,
holding
he was
on because
cooking.
he
Me,
was
I'm
cooking. I'm
talking.
not gonna lie, he was
Yeah, he
cooking,
was.
busting.
He was. Well,
Is you still
OG, me,
there?
I'm talking about the real life thing, which is like there's no doors in jail. You don't got a separate room in jail. So I'm like, shoot, but
No,
I think
no.
he's
What
more focused on the sports
I
perspective.
think he's a little more caught. I mean, but like I say, some that to me, serious partaking in sports for a generation under you is a very serious endeavor, and a lot of people don't really understand how much goes into that. So I can concede that point of his argument. I'm not going to sit here and act like some of the points he is making isn't valid and doesn't bear some weight. He's making some very good points. Even that
Excellent.
simulates success. I would take it a different way, but it's the same thing. The success DJ achieved doesn't guarantee that his nephews will achieve that same success. or his
I
son.
well,
You know, they have to
all
have
I
the
gotta say is
same
he got the
temperament, the same
example.
belief in themselves in order to reach that success. So I
He
think it's
got
difficult.
got the
I think he was
example.
making some good points. I just have an extreme amount of faith in DJ.
Yeah, I think, he's gonna see the example from Dennis and because I think, if you don't have a father figure in your life or even someone that's close to you, and I really feel like it's when you have someone blood, it's better to look at them and to see that example.
Can
All I gotta
anybody hear
say
me?
is,
Are y'all there? Type one in the chat if
uh,
you can hear me.
can you hear me, OG? Can you hear me, OG? OG, can you hear me?
Oh shit!
Can you hear me,
Everybody gone.
OG? Can you hear me, OG? OG Simpson.
Then what kind of grant money do we get from there?
Okay, I think he's back.
No
I
grants
apologize, guys. This is
for the
gonna take time. I might have to end the live
nightclub,
unless OG
city
comes
too
back.
would
Okay.
have grants all day long.
OG, where you at, man? OG, OG, can you hear us or no?
Yeah, I can hear y'all now. I had to refresh mine. I had to refresh.
Yeah, I think he was cooking. I think he's more on the sports side. Me, I'm on the wellness side, which is like ain't no doors in jail. I think he's saying like, you're talking about the athletic future, which I have no knowledge, no expertise in. And to be honest, I think it matters. So
No, Ski, I 100% agree. I think he was more niche. I think he was more looking at just one aspect, and we're just looking at the overall. We're
yeah,
just
I
like,
think about not going to jail and
come on,
this, that, the
you know,
third.
let's
So
let's and let's not let's say he's a good kid, but lack of opportunity is what leads most people to crime. You know, if he's not getting out of the environment he's in, if he's not seeing other things, if he's not having a reason to believe bigger, to dream bigger, why would he?
thank you. Thank you. So then, what's your opinion on that? I would like to expound on that point of because for whatever reason, they always like to say that men is unfit to parent children. And anytime a man wants to parent children, people have 101 excuses. But when it comes to like a woman, I'm not saying a woman's not capable, but a woman can have four kids and no one says to her, "How you gonna feed those kids?" And it's like, okay, well, food stamps.
Well, can I say this? It makes me think, especially when we look at the criminality. It was a lady in Chicago. All four of her sons got killed in street violence. None of them made it past the age of 25. So you got to imagine, all sons are living at the same time. This one dies at 23. This one dies at 19. That's where the nurture versus nature comes in. The woman is saying, "Hey, I'm doing everything I can to nurture her, to make her want better." Men respect nature. Man's gonna say, "Hey, we just got to move. We got to get out this environment. It took two of my sons. I can't lose another two." I
Thank
think
you.
I think a lot of times, because prior to prior to the divorce practices practiced now, where you can divorce for any reason, the men used to get the kids. It's up until about 1930 that the kids went to the men after all divorces. That's why a lot of times it wasn't their mother, or it was a father who just beating the hell out of the kids in the movie. Because the woman just got in the car and left. She knows the kids going to stay with her. They would just leave. They would just abscond the responsibility,
Hmm.
you know. And so I think men have always proven to be the better fathers because it's been statistically proven after about the age of 8 or 9, all children, man and female, needs a father's discipline and more practical hand than a mother's loving and more cognitive. It's just been proven. That's statistically what prevents crime. The self discipline at home, the having to regulate at home. I think men are some of the safest people to raise children, especially young men. The problem is we're demonizing society about our handling of aggression.
Hmm. And what I didn't get was,
the whole conversation, because I'm thinking back now, the whole conversation of is he going to have his own room? I mean, like once again, Section 8. You don't think Dennis is going to take some Section 8? He had a great point, but it's like
No,
the
I
point was
think
easily
Dennis got too
defeated.
much pride. He got too much pride for
No,
Section
no,
8.
it's not that though. But if it was a woman, would you say that to a woman? But because he's a man, you're gonna say to a man, is he gonna have his own room? Like, and this is what I'm trying to say, which is you guys enable these women to marry the government and not find a
No, you're
man,
being
and
nice.
and that
You're being
and
nice. What he was doing was moving the goalpost. What he was doing was saying, you know what? You can do all this good stuff, but if the boy doesn't have his own room, that invalidates something. I didn't have my own room growing up, and I
thank
grew up.
you,
I grew up very. I probably grew up the most white privileged on the channel. Still white privilege, very much to this day. You know, so I think a lot of times and that's what people constantly do. They try to move the goalposts further and further. They try to redefine what success is in order to deem him not successful. And to me, I think it just shows in their argument.
thank you. And it's just like, and then now we got 4-4 line on the panel. I'm gonna give you a chance here. What's your opinion with everything that has went
Oh
on?
shit! Y'all let me up, bitches! Oh hell yeah! What's up, brothers?
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, sir. How you doing, producer? You've been up here acting like a damn producer the whole damn time, Ski. Woo, you something else, man.
Yes. So, what was your take on the conversation, if I may
Oh,
ask?
I have no clue. I ain't even been paying y'all no damn attention, really. I just heard my name mentioned and I got up off the couch, came over here and decided to join you.
All right. OG, meet 4-4 line.
Oh, we've
Welcome
met
line.
before. We've actually had conversation with DJ before.
Yeah, wasn't you in the back typing?
Do what now?
I said, wasn't you in the back of the show typing
Oh,
the whole
yeah.
time?
Yeah. Oh, y'all been hell of entertainment on my day off. Y'all some fucking clowns. I give y'all that shit.
Now, see, Ski, I want to point out before we go further, this is one of them situations where as soon as she started talking, I expect racism. But thanks to you guys on the channel, I'm gonna wait and see. I'm not gonna call them racist now. I'm just gonna
All
wait and
right,
see.
but it's already in your head because y'all already do it all the damn time because they did it yesterday. So, I mean, you're going the same direction as them, OG. So, I mean, hell yeah, brother, go for it.
Well, OG, remember what I said? Like, you got to treat people, and the way you treat them, that dictates their actions.
Yeah.
So,
It's all about reciprocation. Yes.
So real quick, hold on. Let's start fresh. So real quick, right now, live on the panel, you're saying you're not a racist.
No, I'm not a racist.
Okay. So when you have all these negative takes on DJ, it's not because of the color of his skin. It's just about how you feel about him as a person.
Well, no, do you not listen to the shit that DJ says? And then if you go back through his lives and when he goes through and he starts saying shit, because hell, one day I talked to him, the next day he was just talking shit his entire life and didn't say shit to me. He did it on his damn live, just running his damn mouth. That's
All
the
right. So
bullshit.
real quick, you're doing what I call filibustering. I think I asked you a pretty simple question. So it's not about the color of his skin. You just dislike him as a person.
No, I don't dislike it. I don't like him. I don't hate him. I'm very neutral with everybody. See, that's the misconception that a lot of y'all think is that, oh, you hate somebody or you like somebody. You deal with people on a daily basis. That doesn't mean you have to like them or hate them. You just have to get through it and push through and endure.
Okay, so you feel like DJ's content is just something you have to endure your greatest scrolling on YouTube. It's not
Oh, no.
content
I
you
mean,
enjoy.
you got the clown shit going on. You might as well join it when you got free time. I mean, hell, this ain't nothing but entertainment.
I'm just trying to because I've seen you speak a lot. I'm very astute in the law. I've been watching you speak a lot, and I got to say you have such a negative outlook. If I had like B-Bass, I'm no longer dealing with that channel as a whole. They become too negative, too treacherous for me. So I'm not going to engage in that content. So if it's something you don't enjoy, it's something that you feel like you have to endure. Why do you keep coming back?
Well, that's personal perception that you're going and basing everything you're saying on. And then if you go around and you just enjoy what is available and what is produced or put out on YouTube and take it with a grain of salt, you really don't have to worry about it. But then if you act like you show emotion, you get every people riled up and they believe that they know what's going on just where they make their perception and don't actually know what's going on. It just makes it a whole clusterfuck.
So I'm really just trying to understand what you're saying is you come to this content for the seasoning because you said for a grain of salt. I heard some seasoning mentioned, so that's why you're saying you enjoy DJ's content. You like African American content because it has more seasoning.
This
Wait
is
a
not
minute. Whoa,
African.
whoa,
This is
whoa.
not
Where did
African
it
American
get?
content.
what the hell just happened?
This is not African American content. OG, you gotta take that back.
I'm just trying to keep up with what you're saying because you're saying. Can I look back at the live? I really enjoy the content. I don't think this is something I endure. This is something I consume and thoroughly enjoy. So I'm just trying to understand how you got the viewpoint you have.
Well, first off, where did it become that it was African American content when it's YouTube sectors in general?
I'm just asking a question.
I know. Well, this is your personal preference that you're making.
Right.
Therefore, it's not actually the in tune outlook, but this is where you took it.
Okay, but listen. Come on. Can we not do that? This isn't your first time watching. This ain't even your first time on the panel. This ain't even your second, third time. This ain't your fifth. You enjoyed so much of this content. I'm trying to understand why you profess to speak of it like
No,
it's stuff in it you don't enjoy.
well, no, the fact that you believe I enjoy when I just come up here and say random shit and bullshit with y'all in my spare time. So where's the?
Do you enjoy when you do that? Come up here and just say your little brain rock comments.
Brain rot comments. Okay. So you talk about me being negative, but the first thing that spews out of your mouth is brain rot comments.
Well, I'm sorry. You literally said I just come up here and say anything, and based on the zeitgeist of the day, that would label those comments as brain rot. Do you know what brain rot is? Bullshit comments that's not attached to nothing. You literally just said you did that, and because I use less words to say that, it makes mine negative. I'm really just
I'm just trying to follow you, OG, because you holler about everybody being negative, but yet you have a negative outlook and then you're a glazer. So it's amazing how you fit that.
What I'm saying is I'm just trying to extend the olive branch of understanding. I just want to understand you, man. Is that negative?
What, are you looking for a friend or something? I mean, what the fuck are you doing, OG?
Nah, what it is because I'm a philosopher. I look at you people who profess to not enjoy the comment.
Okay, what is this, you people? Can you express what that is? You look at what people, you people?
You people who are negative towards this content. So
okay, well, that's personal preference again.
Okay, well, I'll finish my soliloquy. So you profess to not like this content, but you still come here all the day. And not only do you come here and consume the content, you go to other places and talk about the content. So to me, that would imply you enjoy the content.
Well, no, I mean it's the sector, like I was saying, but you broke it down into African American content, but it's the sector in general that all goes in a circle together.
Okay, well, what would you label this sector of content?
Drama llama.
Oh, so this is drama-filled content.
Yes.
Like a telenovela.
Oh, you're like daytime soaps.
Okay. And what would you consider some of the other sectors of content that you enjoy?
Well, I do what, sports?
I think we clearly established you enjoyed this content. So tell me some of the other content you enjoy.
Sports, gaming, entrepreneurship, let's see, What's you got the Drama Llama, and then I guess you call it miscellaneous.
Okay, I think Drama Llama's a little better category than miscellaneous. Is he your only Drama Llama content creator you enjoy?
Oh no, y'all sectors go together. I've traveled around to a lot of different panels and different sectors, and it's all the same shit on all of them.
So you consider yourself a YouTube explorer?
Well, that's basically what I'm doing. I mean, I have no aspirations of being a YouTuber or generating or doing anything with it. I just get on here and meet different people and see if I ever actually anybody is worth a shit. But for the most part, 90% of y'all are damn tools.
I'm saying, well, damn, what? I didn't hear that last part.
Tools. You know what a tool is?
TOOLS?
Yes.
Are we tools used by DJ or used by others?
Well, I mean, glazers are very well known as tools, but yes.
Hold on. What is this glazer you speak? Is it because I positively support him? That's what makes me a glazer? Because I hear this comment a lot.
Oh no, I mean, it's just you are a lot of what feeds DJ. I will give you that.
Hold on. Now I'm a chef.
Okay, we can call you chef. You can go with what is it? The salty chocolate balls? Hell yeah, brother.
So, because I really want to understand you. I think we're getting far trying to understand this. So what you're saying, because I support my favorite content creator, DJ, I'm doing something negative?
Oh no! I'm not saying it's negative. You feed the negativity that goes along with DJ.
I mean, you kind of dehumanized me. You took me from a person who's like you, just an explorer, enjoying the content, and made me a tool and a feeder of sorts. You know, are you saying I'm feeding delusion?
Oh yeah, you feed delusion well, without question. Hell, you bake that shit up and make a cake.
Again, with the chef recipe, what I'm trying to do is get on your intellectual level so I can get some of your jokes and I can understand what you're coming from.
Okay.
So you think I should be more negative?
Well, wait a minute. Well, since you seem to know my intellectual level, where do you need to get, and where is that then?
Well, it's not so much a higher or a lower kind of thing. It's really more of a emotional state. Like I feel like you have some intellect behind that.
You're getting into your emotions now? Oh, come on, chef. What are you doing?
I mean, I'm just trying to deal with your emotional state. I feel like
oh no, now you're putting my emotions on. Okay.
Yeah, despite your cheerful demeanor, there's a lot of negativity behind the scenes underlying some of your comments.
No, it's just how you perceive and take things. Honestly, you don't have to take it with a grain of salt because, like I said, I don't have a problem talking to you, but I'm not looking to be your best friend, OG.
First of all, it takes more than a mutual understanding to become my best friend. Please don't set the bar so low. Can we agree with that?
Okay. Well, I mean, you seem to be on here searching for friendships and want to get to know people's mindsets.
Let's talk about all these assumptions. Why do you think I'm searching for friendship?
Well, no, you was up here asking all those questions and trying to get into my mind and my frame set and everything. I mean, you said these things, OG.
So in your experience in life, that's what your friends ask you? Only your friends ask you?
Well, what do you base your friendships off of then, OG? Let's ask that question.
Okay, fine. I'll show you how not to answer a question with a question. Mutual experience, mutual respect, shared experience, maybe things that we have in common, to be my friend, you have to be somebody I would invite to my home, and it's very rare I invite people to my home. That's okay. I'm more of a friends for life type person, Now, just because I'm a friends for life type person doesn't mean I can't learn to mutually understand somebody and respect them on the level that I would wish to be respected.
Okay. Well, thank you for that clarification.
No problem, no problem. See, because see, like again, I'm just trying to surmise why would somebody continue to consume content that they don't enjoy.
Call it a science experiment.
Well, so not only are you an explorer, now you're telling me you're a hillbilly scientist. Get the fuck out of here.
Okay, well, I mean, you said I'm a hillbilly, but you got it wrong. I'm a redneck. If you want a hillbilly, you need to talk to Scoot Hall.
Sorry if I don't really make that distinction based on skin color. I think it's kind of
Well, we
telling.
wanted to learn you something there, OG. You're not as much of an OG as you thought you was.
Hey, I think everybody could take a chance to learn something every once in a while.
Hell yeah,
Okay.
brother. I agree.
So let's come on. Let's distill down this experiment that you're doing.
Okay.
Okay. What are you exactly? While you're exploring in these quote unquote sectors of the YouTube space, what is this experiment you're conducting with DJ?
Well, it's not just DJ. It's the entire sector in a whole. But you keep basically segregating it to DJ.
Well, I'm sorry. I was trying to just personalize it into something I can understand. So you're saying you're doing an experiment with the entire Drama Llama sector?
Pretty much, yes.
Okay. And is it just the people in the Drama Llama sector, or only the people attached to this particular Drama Llama content creator?
It's pretty much the cesspool of YouTube in general.
Okay. And do you have an outcome of this experiment that you're expecting, or did you just use experiment because it's one of the big words you know?
And how long have you been a clown? And what circus are you in next?
Hold on, look, see, now let me apologize. I didn't mean to suddenly attack you. But see, that's how experiments work. When you do an experiment, you're saying, I'm expecting this outcome. Let me run the experiment and actually see what happened. But what I knew immediately from the onset, even while I was asking the question, you had no idea what experiment meant. You had no outcome in the future that you were looking forward to. You just enjoy the content. You just want to do everything in your small little pea-sized brain that you can do.
Wait a minute.
To not say
see,
that
OG,
you enjoy the content.
How long have you been
that you enjoy the content? Just say that you enjoy the content.
What is there to enjoy about it, though, OG? I mean, you're saying this shit, but actually you don't even know what I enjoy, and you don't know anything about me, OG. You're, again, going to perspective.
Well, it's more perception. My perspective is different to my perception. What I perceive is that you're in these streams, you're on these panels just as much as me, just as active as me, just as long as me. And I know I'm here because I enjoy the content. Now, you profess what's there to enjoy besides seeing him accomplish his goals, the consistency, and yes, sometimes, unbeknownst to you, the random guys like you who come and try to dissuade the discourse to no avail. That's why I enjoy the content.
Oh, I don't use Discord anyway, so that's not me.
Okay, so again, why do you enjoy the content?
I don't. I just use it as a form of basis just to bullshit and hear all the dumb shit, really. I mean, it's not for enjoyment.
Okay, so hold on real quick. So it's not an experiment. Let's just go ahead and just say I retract that.
It is an experiment.
No, let's retract that because you had no foreseen outcome you was expecting. So it's not an experiment.
Oh yeah, the cesspool of YouTube. It's completely there, and it is there. So I mean, there you go again, saying shit that you don't even comprehend.
No, I think I comprehend very well. What I think the issue is, you're having a problem expressing yourself. That's all.
I'm not having no problem expressing myself. What are you talking about?
So why do every time I ask you to just admit you enjoy the content, like this emotional wall comes up, and I hear you that's when you start fumbling your words. You try to misalign the conversation and direct it to somewhere else because you can't bring it in yourself to admit you enjoy the content, but you're here every day.
Not every day, but I am here from time to time. I do give you that. But the thing about it is,
you're here more than you're not here.
Well, that's your opinion, but okay. Well, I mean, if that's how you feel, then I obviously, you're keeping tabs on me. Thank you, OG.
I just, me myself, I try to teach people as whole people and human beings. So I've seen you around. I've seen your negative comments since DJ's
Okay.
busy. I thought this was a good
Well,
time for us, who's part of this community, part of the people who enjoy the content, to just learn a little
mhm.
bit more about you. But I see you still got your emotional walls up. I think until you
Well, I didn't know that I
hold on,
wanted to open up
listen,
to
because
you.
this is the point I'm making. I think until you can admit that you enjoy the content, it's really hard for me to take any of your statements serious.
Okay. Well, I really don't give a shit what you take. It really does not matter to me, OG.
I don't know, because you see, this is my experiment. Okay, my outcome and belief is, or the question I'm trying to solve: does obsessive content make people obsessive, or do people who are obsessive seek out this content? Because that's what it boils down to for me. You can't stop watching this content. You're obsessed with them, and for some reason, you don't know how to break free of that obsession.
Oh, wow. Hey, have you thought about going to Def Comedy Jam, especially the one where nobody can fucking hear? Because you're really not that funny. You own some dumb shit, OG. I'm going to
Okay,
give you
well, what I
that.
want to express, I'm sorry to make you feel attacked if I touch something that's maybe emotionally you've been dealing with, but
No.
I'm just based. It's like, because the only other explanation you can give me is that you're a sadomasochistic YouTube enjoyer, meaning you
Okay.
search out content you don't like, you seek to be part of communities you don't want to be a part of just because of the displeasure they make you feel. And I'm sorry, I kind of just find it hard to believe that. I find it hard to believe.
Okay. Well, what you believe really doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't, OG. I mean, just honestly. And then as far as you doing your circle jerk and around with words and this bullshit, OG, honestly, just admit you're
Hold
full
on.
of shit.
I'm literally just talking directly to you, as plain as I can talk to you. What am I doing that's circle jerking?
What are you doing this circle jerking? But yet you're going around in circles talking about the content, what it means. You made it into an African American content
Come
creator,
on, you're
is what
going
I'm
10, 15
following.
minutes
You dude,
ago.
you are a
I've
complete circle jerk.
been solely on the premise of, I want to take you as a good faith contributor to the content. Just admit you enjoy the content. I think
Well, I
that's the
mean,
truth.
once y'all show me that you're actually worth watching, but right now it's just bullshit.
It's
It
gotta be
honestly is.
worth watching if you're here every day.
No, it's not. What is great about it, OG? Tell me what's great about it.
You've already had me tell you what's great about it several times. Why
Wait a minute. Whoa,
hold
no.
on, let's mix it up. Let's mix it up for the chat. Why don't you tell
Okay.
me what's not great about it?
All right. They repeat over and over, same outcome, and then you do the same shit over and over. And then what does that definition break down to?
That's the definition of insanity. It's a
Okay.
layman's definition, doing the same thing but expecting different outcomes.
Yes. Is that not the circle that y'all run in this sector?
Actually, it's not, because what you're doing is taking a reductivist stance. Yes, if I throw a set of dice 10 times, I'm going to get 10 numbers, but they're going to be different numbers. It's going to be varying levels of numbers, meaning low levels 1, 2, and 3, high levels 4, 5, and 6.
Okay.
And I don't know what the number will be when I throw it. So for you to say I'm coming here and seeing the same thing and the same outcomes every time, that's a bold-faced lie. Why you can't admit that's a lie?
Well, no, I mean, I haven't been here for extended period of time. I've maybe seen DJ for the last year or whatever, but it seems to be the same circle of repeat. And from what I've been told, he's been in this same sector for at least.
Hey. Let's not
Who's
be.
telling you
What's
this?
this circle of repetition that you speak of? Let's not.
The drama llama
say the
community.
quiet part out loud. Say the quiet. What's the circle of repetition?
The drama
What's the
llama
circle?
community.
And who's telling you this? And how did you get this information?
The sector.
He's
The little
obviously
sector
been
y'all are
coached.
in.
I feel like I'm talking to somebody who's been in a hostage situation for so long that they don't know they have Stockholm syndrome.
Okay.
Because
Well,
oh, listen, none of your feelings can you speak to. You can't speak to why it's the Drama Llama channel. You can't speak to what the repetition is. Hell, you can't even admit how much you enjoy the competition content because you keep coming back. That's my
okay.
whole conversation.
Well, OG, you on some bullshit because I've done admitted what I like and what I don't like, and then what the sector is. So what are you even fucking talking about?
First of all, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You're over here just trying to sow hate. And I'm sorry if this positive fertilized soil, I'm telling you, we don't want your hate. You know, you come over here to sow dissension. You're trying to say he's in a circle of repetition. Tell me one part of the tell me the first part of the circle. What's the first thing he does that you say he's doing all the time?
Okay. Well, was he not door dashing? And then he went to bonus washing and gambling. Then he left that, went to a delivery job, and then he went back to bonus washing. Then he went and bought a Tahoe, and then he's threatening to quit his job, and then he went back to bonus washing and gambling. So that
Don't we
Hold on,
all
Key,
live in
Key, listen
cycles?
to me real quick.
Like what do you do for a living?
Hold on,
444.
what's the repetition? Because what he just named to me was a whole bunch of different things, and now he got me wondering: do we need to stop and talk about what repetition means?
okay.
Because maybe
Well,
he doesn't
break
know
it
what that
down.
word means, like he didn't know what the word experiment means.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's what you believe, but OG, I can tell you know, you're short on the crayon box anyways, but that's fine.
I mean, don't we all not want to work the same job? Like, what do you do for a living? 444.
Yeah. What do you do for a living?
I'm in management.
Do you want to have you ever
Oh,
thought do you want to do that job for the next 20 years? Have you ever thought about switching companies or nobody really wants to do the same thing over and over and over again. So it's like,
Okay.
did you have any dreams before you was in management?
I mean, he might not want to be with the same company, but it's just like, shoot, what's wrong with Dennis saying that he wants to get a new job?
Oh, I don't have anything wrong with it. It's the same repetitive cycle, but then it seems like he can't stick with what he wants to do. He backtrack and goes.
Stop saying repetitive cycle. You showed me no
Okay.
repetition.
Well, first of all, stop trying to tell me what to say. Just listen, and then we'll go on with the conversation. But don't tell me what to do.
Well, I'm sorry if your little redneck dictionary only got so many.
Here we go with this shit.
What is a redneck dictionary? What is that?
Yeah, OG's on his bullshit right now is what that's called.
No, I really just laughing at you, like.
What is a redneck dictionary and who made it?
A redneck dictionary it's a book filled with words that, even though they have a definition that we use in the Webster's dictionary, the redneck dictionary just using the words whatever the fuck they want them to be.
Yeah. OG won't bring his truck with you, did you shit? Go ahead, OG. Tell him about it.
So OG, translate that from the redneck dictionary to English.
I have no idea. I don't have the full dictionary. I've been trying to compile information and keep up with it as much as I can through my many talks with racists throughout my time. But I got to tell you, it's like the old Bible. It's different. Every little part of Appalachia got a different damn fucking definition for some of these words.
He's from Louisiana, though, not Appalachia.
Okay, but hold on. Wait. OG, real quick. Look, I let this dude come on. Dude, I tried to give you a chance, and I just hear you talking crazy. First off, okay, doing gig work, doing fucking package delivery, excuse language, Aiden, package delivery, doing the bullshit jobs that I'm doing. These are not dream jobs. This is nothing nobody would dream.
Thank you.
So I'm doing the jobs because my son right here
is a means to end
to help him and have enough money and financial support to continue giving him his $100 a week that he gets every single freaking week, and to pay for all his basketball stuff, to pay for all his clothes, pay for every single thing he needs. A fishing pole he wants to Bass Pro Shop. Now, that's why I work and grind and just make it happen. These are just dead-end jobs. But when I get out of this city, I'm back to making $100,000+ a year, either working for the professional gambler or going back to putting on parties and events. My son is not going to have to worry about me because I'm going to be winning. I'm going to be good. But right now, I want to make sure he's good. And I made a promise to help him get into a D1 school for basketball if that's what he wants to do when he's a senior. That's the only reason why I'm doing this. So you need to rely on it.
You need a better service. You honestly do. I,
It's the state. It's the state.
uh,
He's in a state where, like, yeah.
well, I'm originally from Charlotte, and their service is a lot better than Wilmington. I'll give it that.
Well, he's traveling, so it's like, he's probably like in the middle
Okay.
of
Well,
nowhere.
he
I
probably
just
did
gotta
that a
agree
lot
with
in
you, Ski.
basketball too.
I
I could
gotta
see
agree
him
with
as a
you.
traveler.
I'm like, who sent you? You don't have no original ideas. You don't have no original
OG,
talking
you
points.
you don't even know what half you're talking about. That's obvious. Yeah, and you are a complete glazer, and anything DJ says, you pretty much run neck and neck with it. So don't even start that bullshit, OG.
What, starting out and calling you on your bullshit? How you only coming here to show distinction, and the problem is, I just let you speak. I just asked you some rather
Oh,
simple
you
questions
are just
and
so
let you
great.
speak, and you showed us your intentions and your idiocy level. You showed us.
You are idiocracy. You're just like that fucking movie.
All right, my
We
phone
can't
died.
hear you. We can't hear you.
You can hear me now, right?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay, my phone died. Look, and secondly, guys, my nephew, just pull out 100. My nephew, coming. That's the choice I'm making because I want. Ultimately, if he has the chance to benefit by living with me, yes, it's going to be hard. But once again, I'm going to make it happen because guess what? He deserves a chance. Put that code in. That's what we said. He deserves a chance. Now, of course, his mom is a good mom. She's holding it down. But there's resources that I have here, such as a son that's the same height, that's that at basketball talented enough to teach him how to play the game the right way. And on top of that, yes, I did say him and my son being on the same team would be crazy, just like T-Mac and Vince Carter. That'd be crazy work. Why not? Why wouldn't I make it
More.
happen? If it's going to put them both
I
in
tell
a
you
better
what,
position
you
because they're
have
going
a
to dominate.
You have a Twin Towers AAU team. I bet you your son get national acclaim for that. I bet you them boys
Yeah.
become
Think
stars.
about it, like Aiden. Like, have you think about you and y'all both being 6'6"? Wouldn't that be beast mode? Like, you realize Aiden would get to be a guard. He would probably be point guard at that point because Aiden could get the ball down the court. Aiden could dribble the ball down the court, throw the ball up in the air to the nephew. Nephew just lays the ball up. Easy win. Now, of course, against better schools, they would have to like run an offense and do pick and roll and stuff. But you realize dominate. But the point of the matter is, like, for y'all to think that I shouldn't want my kid and my nephew to be winning, I'm thinking they're going to be millionaires. They're going to be NBA players. I'm going to think the highest heights because that's what ultimately you're supposed to do. That's like if my son was a scholar and he wanted to like get all straight A's, I'm going to be like, this dude's going to be a freaking rocket scientist. But guess what? He doesn't want. Do you want to be a rocket scientist? No. This little
Damn, he
ninja
want to
don't
be a
even.
baller. He
This
said,
little ninja.
only rocket
I'm
I'm
fighting for my
science
life to
is
get
the
you to get
dunk.
B's. You better have some. You got any F's or D's? You get them all up. I'm fighting for my life to get this dude to make sure he got all B's.
Can I
Like, if
say
this
that,
dude get
DJ?
paid,
Can I say
what
that?
would you say? Go ahead.
That's
He
one of the
ain't
most
on speakerphone.
motivational. That's one of the most motivational things you say to me. Why not believe?
Yeah,
Why
why not
not?
believe?
If you think you can do it, then believe you can do it.
Yeah,
Don't half-ass to believe. That's something I
yeah.
learned from you, DJ. And guess what? I seen it work out. Look at my boy in the Tahoe.
There you go. Booyah. And then my nephew,
You in
of
the
course,
single mother's dream car.
He's not a
exactly.
boy, he's a man.
And then you know what's crazy too, OG? This situation, okay? You know how people are saying I'm broke and this and that. Guess what? Yeah, I'm broke. Welfare, I'm broke. If I got my nephew living with me, I'm broke now. I'm considered poverty. So those 400, 500 food stamps, hey, sign me up
Section 8,
for 3
Sign me
years.
up.
Section 8
Sign me
Section
too.
up.
8, sign me up. Pay for my rent. And guess what
Rental
happens? All
assistance,
that, all that money I stack in the meantime, guess
eyelashes
DJ,
and
guess what,
hair.
DJ? I'm a
Eyelashes and
mature.
hair.
Guess what? But DJ,
toes
I'm
The
a
done.
mature
weave.
adult, and that's what I pay taxes for. To help
And,
people who are trying to make a positive change in
and
society and
weave. Don't forget the
survive.
weave. And the food bank.
There you go. They said instead of becoming a basketball player, teach you how to own a basketball team. Like, this is what I mean by these
And,
idiots.
and, and
No
don't forget
offense,
having
Bobby.
the
You're not
stinky
even a bad
cat. Don't
guy.
forget having the stinky cat.
Yeah, stinky cat. Like, here's the thing. And by the way, the AAU team,
Overgrown coochie hair.
my son wants the AAU team. He wants his own team. I told him that 2 years ago, let's do our own team, but he just kept pushing it back. But the point is, I'm doing what he feels to be best for him, to have his own team focused around
And
him.
guess what? And what
And
if that's a
ultimately,
canon event for him? What if having his own
yeah,
AAU team locks him in, makes him more focused when he plays high school ball, even more focused when he gets the NIL deal and he's playing college ball. See, that's the problem. These
Yeah.
guys want their kids to grow up to be car salesmen. You want your kids to grow up and be the dreams that they dream for themselves. And I applaud that, DJ.
Yeah, I appreciate it. And by the way, Bobby wants to come up. Guys, I got to go. I'm about to go into the rec center and I got to spend time with my son. But here's the thing. If y'all want me, I'll buy your food. But I need you to go buy me Gatorade. I know you're lazy, but you got to go
Nah,
get to Walgreens, buy me Gatorade. But look, guys, I got to go. Unless one of y'all want me to add you as a mod or administrator for StreamYard so you can end this, y'all can cook yourself. Bobby can come up, but I got to go because I got to do this basketball.
I cook line. I'm finna step down, man. It's always great chatting with
Oh,
you.
you ain't cooked shit. You on some OG bullshit.
Nah, I
Don't be
owned
lazy.
you, line. I'm not even finna rehash
You
that
don't own
conversation.
shit.
Come on now.
You own
look
that clown
You
shit.
looked at so
I'm gonna
completely
buy you
ridiculous.
Bojangles.
Oh, I'm
You
out of here,
couldn't
DJ,
even
man.
see.
Have a great
Hell,
day.
you can't see straight, OG.
Have a
You
great
probably
day,
smoked
man.
that kush and you all fucked up down there in Georgia.
Take this card. Well, look, guys, I'm ending this live stream. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Shout out to Ski, shout out to OG, and even Watch Troops for coming on here. Please, forward, stop writing a million messages and just
Oh, no, I'm
understand the
going to
program.
aggravate the shit out of you, but you have a good one and enjoy your day, DJ.
But that's all I got, guys. I can't even hear you,
Yep.
Watch Troop, if you're talking. I got to go. Appreciate y'all all for tuning in the chat. I'm out. Peace.